Hello, YouTube. Today is the grand final of this season's Biter Battle match. This is match number 14 of Comfy Industries versus SteelAxe Ultimate. If you like this sort of video, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get the video as soon as I go live. And if you have a comment or question, leave it in the comment section below. All the links we talk about in the description. My partner JD will be along here in just a second. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and we'll go over the path these two teams took. First off, in match number 1, this was a couple weeks ago, Comfy put away the Baguettes, and then they were waiting for the Undead Horde, or they actually were, SteelAxe Supreme put away the Undead Horde. This was Nephrem's and gang. This is Taishan and the gang. And then in the first match was Comfy Industries. Comfy put away Nephrem, sent him to the losers bracket, where they awaited SteelAxe Ultimate, which is the team they're going to face today. SteelAxe Ultimate had a great match against That's a Paddlin', and Comfy went on to match number 12, where they put away SteelAxe Ultimate. This one is what we're going to do. We're going to rematch this one, match number 12, today. This one went 4 hours, so we'll see how long this one takes. Now, SteelAxe Ultimate's journey. They started off, and on the opening day, SteelAxe Prime, they handed the first loss to Anti-Elites on the first day, which was great. Which is a really great, very fast-paced match. Ultimate went on to hit That's a Paddlin', and then they faced Comfy, where SteelAxe Ultimate got sent to the losers bracket. So if you go down here to the losers bracket, they got sent down here. Well, they faced Anti-Elites again in a very long match. That one's up on YouTube also. That one went the distance, and they squeezed out a victory, and so that put them in the grand final. Anti-Elites receiving the bronze medal third place after fighting his way through the losers bracket, but then hitting SteelAxe Ultimate. These guys have been executing very well, and here we go. This is the final round. Comfy Industries, SteelAxe Ultimate. That being said, thanks for being here. Let's get to the match.
More than normal.
God.
Hey, Clowntown.
Oh, good morning.
Somebody yelled at you, did they?
No, nobody yelled at me. Hey, man, how you doing? 1 a.m. You're right on time.
1 a.m., right on time. Have had 3 hours sleep. Doing great.
You're a savage. You're an absolute savage. So, hey.
I was up. Yep.
So, your chat had no shortage of instances where they told me you were late. And I said, he's not late. He's not late. He's just not late.
Hang on. At least, even if I am late, I'm like 10 minutes late. At least I don't leave the chair in charge every other stream for a bathroom break.
No, I leave you in charge, to be clear. You're in charge of the chair.
Oh, that's worse. That's worse. The chair has way more seniority. That is definitely the answer.
All right, are you in to look at the map?
Yeah, how do I get in when I got to fully reboot Factorio faster than you do?
Well, I was rebooting before I got here. Everybody's in, all the usual crew. This seed is garbage. Let's have fun.
I like it.
This seed is
straight to the point. This seed is garbage.
It kind of is. All right, so my
9
comments
ammo,
here.
6 ammo.
Right, so they have very little iron to work with. A little bit more copper. Good-sized coal, centrally located, and decent stone. Otherwise, this mixed ore patch is kind of garbage. But look, there's a little bit of coal that's isolated itself in the middle. A little bit of iron that you can get your burner city on. Otherwise, this is garbage. The only visible guns we see now, three kind of centrally located.
Oh, I missed one.
And a box farm.
Hey, look, those boxes could be important.
Box walls, man. They use boxes it's kind of like the Native Americans using every part of the buffalo. These teams don't waste much at all.
No, look, the boxes help them out. They use their boxes with their very, very early burner city. They use them as the pass-through boxes and all that sort of stuff, feeding into assembler boxes. Yeah. These teams are smart. They waste nothing. Interface, let's drop the quick bars down to 1.
Use all parts of the buffalo. That's right. This seed is what hell looks like, says says this one. All right. I'm actually, and look here, there's just a teensy bit of 18K copper. Worst seed ever.
Yeah, I'm curious if I'm willing to bet both teams just ignore that entirely.
All right, 1 minute. Okay, match time. We'll start match time. So it won't display, but I'll start the timer. Okay.
And thank JD for this torture. Entirely not my fault, Jack. Entirely not my fault. You know that.
Okay, I'm ready for match time. 18K copper is the exact amount you need
to launch a rocket, right? Okay, both teams. Who's going to pass off materials? Now, this is the grand finals. This is the top 2 teams. So, I'm willing to bet both teams are going to pass off materials. Let's see what actually happens.
Yep. So, and there we go. Match timer start.
And North hands off gears. And fish and stone. Oh, well, North hands off stuff. South, nothing.
South immediately split off. They need to explore pretty quick. Jack has unearthed one more gun over on the east-west. Oh! What,
2 more guns.
2 more guns?
Oh. 2 more guns. And we've got oil already. It's oil in the south.
Yep, oil straight on. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
We've found rocks. We've even found coaly rock types.
Okay, there's a little bit of iron over here to the east-west.
Now I want rockets back.
But look, yes, rockets. Yes, but look how many trees are in the way of running all of that iron back. That's gonna suck.
By the time you get up to that patch, you're gonna have grenades.
Trees
are nothing.
It's not gonna be. Yeah, they're not gonna do that immediately. They're gonna have to do that one post grenade. That's right.
Okay, so Tui's out there and he's called a XenoCyber to come out and help. Jack's done the same. He's gone out and grabbed some early stuff. Called Taishan out to come grab what's left, and found some further over past that iron patch.
So Comfy handles mixed ore pretty well. They know how to do that. SteelAxe,
oh, there we go.
Supreme, Nephrums is the other one that I've seen go after mixed ore. But
Nephrums is happy to do mixed ore.
I haven't seen. I don't recall. I could be mistaken, but I don't recall seeing this SteelAxe team, the ultimate, go after mixed ore with fervor.
They did it during the last match. The Great SteelAxe rematch.
Oh, they did. Okay. So,
didn't they?
By the way, I've used the word fervor every day this week. This is my 7th day in a row for using the word fervor.
Okay. Do you know what it means?
Yep.
They're good. You're doing one better than me.
Yeah, fervor. Let me just put that in your chat. You guys go look that up.
Yeah. What happens when Clowntown gets too close to a furry?
Cheers.
Yeah. Not a problem, mate. Yeah, Taka, unless somebody goes and fixes the commands, if you can rewrite the command, I'll copy and paste.
All right, so the only thing that could really derail this pretty quick is for someone to have not pay attention, have some biters sneak in and kill the silo before anybody puts guns on it. So that won't happen to North because North has already strung 4 guns at the silo, and a 5th gun still remains out there defending the perimeter.
I lost chat.
But South has not done that, so South is still wide open, and they do have damage on their silo. So someone there was a biter who managed to wander in.
Yeah,
who wandered in and started munching on them. Maybe 2.
And do you know what Clowntown hasn't done yet?
I hit alt. Bro.
Uh-huh.
I did.
Uh-huh. So both teams got in for the mixed ore. Definitely a smart move for your early burner city. This ore is hard to deal with. If you want straight iron to do an iron smelter, then you don't want to touch the mixed ore. All right, so yeah, both teams have started in on the mixed ore. They're putting their coal loop in the clean coal patch, which is, I don't know if it's a smart move or not.
Yeah, I think I would do the same. As I would use this mixed ore as all of your burner city, including the coal in there, and then probably look to do your belted miners over on the main patch.
Yeah,
right there.
And then I probably also wouldn't retire this burner city.
I agree. There's not enough iron and copper to kind of do everything and your hand fed, so I agree.
Talking about Jetty got the easy way with the stream title stopped at SteelAxe. Yeah, it's one of the SteelAxe teams. I don't know. They all look alike. Like, who has 3 speed running teams and names them all SteelAxe something? It gets so confusing. So yeah, both teams are at burner city stage. I think Comfy's slightly ahead. Maybe. I think they have more total miners down. Commands, edit, boop, 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 boop.
Okay, about 16 iron to 20 coal, so the ratio is near 1-to-1 for iron to coal. A little bit more. They just added a couple more.
Thanks, Huff.
And I would say Comfy in the north has about similar count. So there's 12, we'll say, another 12, 24, and they've just put down a lot more coal. So, all right, 1-to-1, say 20, 26, 26, and their copper, the other 4 stone.
Both teams are about the same.
I don't see their...
Honestly.
Okay, here's their copper. rlid is finally putting down their copper. They got 7 coppers. Taishan, get out of the way. I'm trying to put mine right there. He walked in the exact pixel where he could not put down a furnace. He took the wrong pixel.
Early burner city. Everybody's flat out doing everything. Everybody's bound to walk into one another.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, Huff. Very much appreciated. Stinson's here, but Stinson's late. Just for the record, I got here before Stinson. So, you know, I'm on time, he's not. We actually have biters at the south just nibbling away at the wall.
Yep.
Outside gun range.
I see it. They, just one of them. They should get the audio cue when this wall goes down. It'll be a little bit.
It's funny. They're like literally within 30 seconds of one another, both of them set up their research.
Yep. Yeah.
And South's only gone for 3, and Jack's like, no, I know what I'm going to do. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep. That's right. No cancels.
Nope.
Straight to military, straight to military 2 and grenades for the north.
Yeah, look, that's pretty much stock standard in biter battles.
Yep. Everybody wants these grenades. That's a big kind of linchpin in your technology. Oh, and there's a gun out of ammo that is getting hit. They should see it with a red red triangle.
Taishan looks like he's on his way there.
There's no audio cue on it, but Taishan is on the way. Throw some ammo in there. Oh, he's gonna pick it up.
That's a right move. Pick it up.
Yep.
Come back. You've already got 4 down here at the silo. We've got power in the north, along with the first lab up and running. Same in the south. Like, these 2 teams are neck and neck.
Yep. And Taishan picks up the gun and moonwalks his way back to the silo backwards, shooting north, walking south. That's how you do it.
I would have just left the biters alone. Just, yeah, you guys can shoot whatever's there. I don't mind.
He's left him alone. He's going to let him come in. Got other things
North's
to deal
got
with.
2 labs to South's 1 lab. I think that's the only difference.
Yep. And very close.
Oh, actually, North has started putting in our electric miners, just doing plain iron into boxes.
Into boxes, yep. Not a bad plan.
Are they short of iron? I guess with 3 players, they probably would be. But they're short of extra smelters to actually smelt that iron.
Yeah, they won't have any. They won't have furnaces. So rlid is going to have to clear them some space if they're going to set up any smelting here, or at least their first deal, their first little science delivery.
Thank you, Muppet, for the bits. I love it. Clown Town. What is it? Clown Love. Clown Love surrounding the phrase. Thanks, Huff.
Yep.
Thanks, Huff.
Thanks, Muppet.
Sign of a green rush? I don't know.
Oh, here we go. So those biters' friends have finally come in.
Yeah, and they just walk straight in the guns and dead.
Double wall around the silo. Good job, Comfy.
Now, South has picked up 2 guns, which is living in somebody's pocket. Yeah. And South is having serious lack of coal issues. North is doing a much better job of keeping the fuel running.
Hang on. Let me deal with this.
It just cut the nose off, fixes everything. Stinson, you're asking the wrong chat. Same with you, Huff. And you, Tatters. Asking the wrong chat. Oh, no. There's the first smelter. So the first smelter from Jack in the north. South's got automated science up and running. North doesn't.
I just can't bring myself to do a match with JD until I... you know what I really need is I need to unlock another emote slot.
Okay. And how far away is that next emote slot?
Keep subbing. I'll let you know.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm just trying to get partner. Like that's it. Goals are low.
Let's get it done. Yeah.
It's funny. The biter battles actually got me really close. Because to get partner, you got to get 75 average viewers and 12 days worth of streaming and at least 25 hours.
Yep.
And I can tick any 2 of them without an issue.
Yes.
But normally it's getting the average of 75 viewers. And Biter Battles does a wonderful job, brings the viewer count up. And it's been a fairly regular time. Great for the rest of the world. Horrible for me. Yes. Absolutely horrible for me.
That's right.
But great for the rest of the world. But yeah, I think I've only done 7 or 8 streams in the last month, which is obviously short of the 12 required.
Yeah. They want to know. They want to know you're taking it seriously. That's the reason those numbers. Right.
There's a secret to get partner. You need to stream. Well, the catch is, Tacker, I did stream a lot, and the average viewership went down because I was streaming during hours where I would be awake normally.
Yeah, it's tough.
And you guys were not awake. Hence, you didn't watch. Hence, I didn't have the average viewership.
Double up labs in the south to north 3 to 6.
Yeah, and they're very automated in the south. North has got a smelter up and running instead.
Yep, they've got a smelter line up, half a line. Jack's about to finish it up. So we actually talked about this, and it's kind of like the double-edged sword of a 24-hour stream, where those are very good usually for your viewer count and your pocketbook, but long term they really hurt not only your health, but there's the story of MC Games. Say thank you for the follow, my buddy MC Games, DARP SYX. He says he did a 24-hour stream. It was very successful. And then maybe 3 months later, he did another 24-hour stream. And there was some people that came by and said, "Hey, welcome back. You haven't streamed in 3 months." And he says, "Yeah, I have. I've been streaming this whole time." And they said, "Well, not when I never saw you on, because the last time I followed you, you were doing a 24
was during
hours.
a 24 hours,
and so you're not in my view time." So
Mm.
there's your issue, is you can pick up new viewers, but it may not be in the times that you will normally schedule.
Yeah. My catch is I have no regular stream time.
Right.
And there's literally the hours Biter Battles are on is pretty much the only hours you're guaranteed I'm not normally streaming. I'm normally asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Savage.
So, and yeah, Muppet, yeah, just move to a sensible time zone. Not somebody else mentioned Australia's is on the moon, so the time difference. Yeah.
On the moon.
I'm not moving to Europe. Sorry.
Sorry. So South is focusing on 2 guns. South's focused on 2 guns at 12 o'clock, whereas
North's letting them come right into the silo.
Right into the silo with 4 guns and walls. And they're just kind of leaving these walls to be eaten.
Not much of a map for grand finals. Lots of calls for a reroll. I don't think this is worth a reroll.
We're not rerolling. No.
Like this has got an epic bonus city on both behalves. It's got a Clowntown eating. It wouldn't be a stream without Clowntown eating. North, I'm guessing. Oh no, we're going automation, so we're not going for a hand-fed green. That's what I was expecting from North, and they cannot keep their labs running at all. Taishan's setting up another set of automation for more labs, but he can't keep the first set running. Are they automated ammo? No.
No ammo automation, which is dangerous. They have a line. They should throw it down over here. If they don't automate ammo, they might be behind the 8 ball very quick. South has automated ammo, which is good. Hand-fed.
They've automated ammo. They've got a couple of hand-fed assemblers down. They've just hooked up coal to the furnaces after they get some undergrounds that don't exist yet. Felix, you're doing it wrong. Okay, whatever.
So they've both explored out a little bit, and they have no other iron or copper nearby. So this may be this may not be a long
oil.
match. They have the oil at 12 o'clock, but in order to get there, you do need a lot of iron. Like you need some iron to get there.
Not really. You need some tech.
Well, that's what I'm
You
saying.
don't really need. Yeah.
You gotta kind of pay the piper all the way up through there, because engines cost. They need some steel.
They've got 2 million iron in the next patch. It's not as if they're short on iron. It's just getting it out.
Is my boomstick.
Thank you very much for that, host Resorty. Let's do it !.so for Resorty.
Mr. Huff, Factorio Bert was calling for a reroll.
Right.
What will be next? At least 10 guns, good iron, copper, and oil at start? Yeah, no. Look, I do like that in the first tournament we had or second tournament, whichever one it was, we had the 3 maps, and people could call veto on a map each. I liked that feature.
This is not a bad way to go. It probably took too much time, and
Nah, somebody just rolled 3 maps, loaded up the image for all 3 maps. Like you can host an image on Discord for 5 minutes, because that's all you need to do.
It was a lot of work on the server end, because they had to render it to X number of chunks, and then
Not anymore.
No? What do you mean?
No, now we're not rendering out thousands of chunks to start with. It's literally load up a server, it's ready to go in 5 seconds. And you really only need the starting area. Like it would show the starting area. Okay, that's what we're going with. Take a screen grab of just the starting area, and then set it off to both teams, and a team vetoes each one.
One team. There's 3 matches. There's a slate of 3 matches, and then or of 3 maps, and then each team gets 1 veto to pull it out. It's not a bad system. If it's not that too big of a task on the server side or the server admins, then I think that was a pretty good system. So I like that one.
It was nice. It sort of let the teams have some sort of control over their destiny, and they could look at one map and go, "No, we're not touching that with a barge pole."
Exactly, a barge pole.
Yeah. Look, it's funny because there's been a lot of discussion after the previous map and the map prior to that. They've actually got a whole new format for biter battles. Things have changed. I'm sure chat can probably jump into my Discord really quickly and grab the raw-ish changelog, because we have been speaking about it. But yeah, they've already done major changes to biter battles going forth.
Oh, good.
And they're expecting to do more.
Good. So both teams now have a full line of iron. The difference is North looks like they're ahead because they've got a half line of copper, or fourth line of copper, and have green circuits in a box, which is big for handcrafting. That can get you going real quick.
South has just got a full lane of iron. They've got coal to power, which is definitely an improvement over North, who has a belt full coal into power, and rlid just ran the coal belt the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, he did. His gun's still holding okay. They are low on ammo, and I have not seen... Oh, there's automated ammo. Okay, so they have a little bit of ammo, but it's not running.
9.
There's only 9.
Oh, there we go. Taishan took over coal. Coal for power. Coal for power is semi-important, as previous teams have discovered.
They're gonna have an ammo issue very soon if they're not careful.
Joe 14689. Thank you for the follow. There we go. Changelog. Outposts are no longer safe. Attack group strength is reduced up to 50% for far away outposts. Fighters seek a random target as a side target before making their way to the silo. Side targets are more likely chosen near the center of the map. Variety in unit groups types: biters only, spitters only, mixed. Unit groups spawn more closely to the nest. Biters become frozen on game ending. More attack angle randomness. Biter raffle replaced. Tweaked mix all. Added tooltip for current biter health and damage bonus. Moved the science GUI button to prevent cut-off threat values. The spectators reverted to old biter health boost. Method spawners and worms gain health boost 2 now as well. Reduced tree density, bigger biter area, side area. Worm turrets start to appear at the same distance as the biter start area. So we've gone back to how we had last season, with biters actually coming from the sides.
Oh, good. That's actually very good.
So South has nades. They've just started automation with a
good
good old drill straight into an assembler. Done. Add iron, and away you go.
So someone asked, does this map favor Comfy? I would say because they created the ore patches. No, the map favors Comfy because they have the most experience in a mixed ore patch, I think. And what you can probably expect is at some point they'll establish whatever they're going to establish down here, and then they're going to come up here and they'll tackle. I would imagine they're going to tackle this north portion.
Jack, rlid, and Taishan on official Comfy servers have 34 days, 24 days, and 21 days total time on a server.
There you go.
Tui's got 4 days. Who else we got? We've got Phoenix with 5 days.
Yeah, so other than Everlord, look at the top 3. So this is the team that's fighting.
XenoCyber has 6 days.
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
Lots of experience. These guys.
Now, I do admit, there are some times when those players have been idle. Like Taishan streams all these matches, so he has a lot of idle time on the servers as well. But yeah, it's a massive amount of time on the servers.
A lot of experience.
Dorek, thank you for the follow as well. If the French was here, it would favor them. Yeah. Saran still should always be day. I don't know. I don't know about day. And pistol, that sounds a lot harder to defend against. It will be.
All right, 2 of those are out of ammo. Still have, okay, they have ammo is making now. Slowly up converting.
Well, North's gone for their belt of iron is doing pipes, gears, and belts. And finally is going to get some green circuits up and running. So they've got a basic automation. North has pretty much the same amount, except they're going for grenades finally with military science. Yeah, this one biter just working.
Most valuable biter, says Overlord.
Yep. MVP. I love it.
MDR. Yeah, 20 wall by himself. Okay, they've tripled up. Comfy now has 3 ammo makers. Looks like they're going for military build because steel and ammo are on the same belts. They're going to go straight for a military build. There you go. 8 grenades down at the bottom. 10 grenades.
Yeah.
There you go.
So North's going to go for a military build. They literally need to shove a assembler. Hang on. That's ratioed out for like 6 AP ammo. That's a lot of AP ammo.
And now that they have grenades, the turrets are going to be less important with the ammo that they have in it. It's only going to be used to really hold the biters in place while they grenade and kill a ton of them.
Yes, providing a player is close enough. Now, both of them have gone sideways. In fact, South's gone out and grabbed that iron patch that was buried in trees.
I agree with that.
Because as soon as you get those grenades up and running, like they didn't use many grenades. In fact, it looks like they chopped what trees they had and went through the clearing. But yeah, now whatever's left, just nade it and it goes away.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
and that's a good play. They can.
For the North.
That's a really good play. They could really pull ahead pretty quickly here. I would feed that iron right into this splitter right here. Boink. And because it's not, that iron is not getting all the way down. Look, it's only 2/3 of the way processed. So feed it in. They could also add some more miners to this copper back here, and their line will be fully operational.
They could add more iron to the iron patch they went and captured.
It's out of radar range. Can't see it.
As 2 miners they could have fit in easily.
Peter, how you doing? All right, they're still at 10% apiece. It looks like North has thrown to South. Look at the mutagen log. Yep. So rlid threw a little bit to South. Not much.
12. Yeah, just enough to push things slightly.
Look, man, it's bacon. How's bacon taste so good, man? It's so good. It's like a superfood.
Clown, you suck. So they're wrapping AP ammo around there. Wow. Ignoring chat. I'm not ignoring chat. I'm doing my best. Yeah, North Silo needs a grenade.
There it is. Boom.
Done.
So that's how it'll work. Right, those
problem
those
is
turrets
like
are now
they're building so far away from those guns.
Yep. They're going out to the side. So there you go. That's what they'll do now. Is they'll either use a player or a gun to draw all of the biters to themselves, and then one grenade will take them out. So that's how you deal with them quick. But you need a player there to do it.
Yeah, which is probably the most valuable resource they have currently. Players. Okay, so we're doing another mixed bell, another half a smelter of iron.
All right, Taishan wants to go out there and get that one, get that patch of iron, the same one that South has already gotten. They could probably fit maybe 3 more miners on this thing to fill that belt a little bit more. 1, 2, 3.
The patch out to the right.
Yeah, they could probably fit 3 more miners on there. And if they ever go out there, throw a radar and a and
you don't
3
need
miners.
a radar.
You don't need. I need a radar.
No, you don't.
I need.
No, you don't need a radar.
I need a radar out there.
Oh, you don't need a radar. Now JD also wants bacon. Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
pigs are magical animals. Tell you what, man.
I'm waiting for one team to decide, screw it, we're just going to go for smelters, miners right through the middle of the mixed patch. And just do a smelt everything. Smelt everything, feed it in, break power.
Yeah.
Somebody moved an important power pole. Very important power pole. Tui,
Yep,
put it back.
It's all flashing. There it is.
Bad Tui.
Trying to figure out where that power pole was. Oh no! All right, they're gonna have mixed. They're gonna have a mixed ore patch.
Some people take bacon too far. You can't take bacon too far.
So great.
There is no possible way to take bacon too far. Pigs are the only animals that have no use other than meat. Meat and disposing of bodies. That's pretty much all pigs are good for.
A couple of movies that have I've talked about that.
Pigs disposing of bodies? Yep.
Yeah. Okay, they're going to feed stone into probably their wall maker and wrap up and start into military.
Well, North's done that.
Yeah,
like,
North.
they have military off the belt.
Yep, they're.
South is behind
They are.
by a lot.
Yep. Look at
And
that. They've already got it,
Tui
and they don't care
does
about
not
the
know
mix.
how to stand in the middle and lob a grenade at his feet.
They are. So this is
They have
dangerous.
put a backup radar. Oh, that's a lot of ammo. Okay.
This is kind of dangerous. I would actually put a splitter here with input priority to that offshoot filtered belt.
No, they're only feeding one side of the belt. It's fine. The chance of that backing up is so slim, it's not funny. It's fine. It's fine, Clanton. You're in butter battles. You don't have, you can't afford
Yeah, I guess
extra
so.
luxuries like an extra splitter. Maybe he doesn't have armor. It doesn't matter. You can take a lot of grenades to the feet with no armor.
Deadwood. That's right.
Need to remove
Yeah.
the teeth first.
This is going to be interesting because, yeah, see, they have plenty of wall and these piercing rounds, and their military should be fully operational and running. I don't see what they're missing. Oh, iron. They're short on iron for the grenades, which is holding it up. But otherwise, they're ready to go.
Oh yeah. But both teams are short on iron, even with the booster that that both teams have added. Well, the booster that South has added, they're still short on iron.
32 minutes,
that's
first
gonna
mark with feeding military. It's going to send a message right there. Boom. Oh, they have been feeding. They fed a few of them. Oh no, they fed one a minute ago. Wow. Okay.
Silently.
Look, yeah. They fed 3 silently.
Oh, there we go. 138, 88.
Right. And then they fed 138, which I guess I missed.
And then silent one.
Yep. They've had some silent ones 4 minutes ago. There we go. Oi, and look at that, 25.
Worst
Evo.
shoutcasters ever. Thank you, chat. I'm too busy taking my eyes off the screen to read chat, but that's one dead gun in the South. They already lost one gun that had like 23 ammo in it.
Yep.
And Tui's just going to run away, and we're going to leave the one solitary gun by itself. Good luck.
Hurting.
You don't need hit points. It's fine. There's still 1,000 thread out there.
Is this the match BO'1/3?
Huh?
I don't understand those letters and numbers combination.
Jack
Another
with another
63.
throw.
27 to 13 Evo.
So that's spitters already.
Yep. It's little spitters. And Phoenix is just now putting together the military for South. Oi, it's not necessarily bad, but there's mediums. So mediums are on the board as well as are mediums on board? Yes, they are.
Yep.
Best of 3? No. This is it.
One death is your only death. Oh, we've also got the best miners, but Factorio definitely has a point. We have the best miners. We have the miners not hooked up to belts. But are they short of coal? A little bit.
Here. Yep, there you go. So there's the breakdown of points. Tui is out front now. Tui's gone from building out there. So 25%, they've crossed over into medium biter territory at 20%, and then little spitters. There you go.
And what are they doing with their... They're literally dumping military into hopefully the labs, if not we'll buffer it in the south. Whereas... And Tui's just dealing with combat non-stop. North is expanding military already.
Get her
Just
done.
throwing more military at it.
Yep, get her done. 30% Evo, and there it is. They're really leaning on them. See if they can make them fall over.
Yes, south.
Yikes.
No, there's not enough steel. There we go. Phoenix is putting down a steel smelter. That's what I'm waiting for. So, the only thing that you can differentiate the two teams is North is just going to go for biter battles. We're doing biter battles. We're going to take out the other team, throw signs at them till they die. South is going, nope. We're going to set up research, nothing but research, and we're going to hope to get to fire.
Yep.
Because fire is the big qualifier. If you get fire up and running, you turn a match into at least an hour plus.
Yep.
If not 3 or 4.
Yeah, they can easily go an hour and a half, 2 hours. All right, so they're into oil, and they're going to get stronger explosives. So they have unlocked their way to this guy right here. I'm showing on screen. They really want is this flamethrower right here.
Tui needs a bunch of grenades, which they probably have because they did automate them really, really early on. And will be out on defense. There he is.
So look here. Here's something that sets Comfy apart is they've thrown a radar, which is cheap, out front to gather up the biters. Taishan is building within range of within easy range of going out there and dealing with biters. In fact,
yeah, South did the same, except they put their radar behind the guns. That way, it lives a little bit longer.
A little bit. Yeah, they have their guns are now just fodder out there. They're not. They take a little while to build, but they're cheapish now. They're just to gather up the grenades. But probably Taishan has 5 radars in his pocket.
I don't get what you're going on about, Stinson. And Noop, thank you for the resub. 2 months. 2 months. It means you like me enough to come back for a second time around. You're enjoying the early access to the videos. I know it. I know it. That's iron into gears, pipe, out to the belts, and then we're going to add engines and then flamethrowers.
Comfy researching SteelAxe.
Comfy throwing red science because they just happen to have it sitting in a box, I bet. Where the hell's their red science?
So they have not thrown any of this build into labs. All of this is just going straight to throw. Let's see if they can lean on them. 35%. So at 40...
Yeah, I'm colorblind. I'm colorblind, Huff. It's fine. No, it was 200 military. There you go.
At 40, they cross medium spitters, and they're very close. And they could do it. This military build is cruising.
Medium's nasty.
Medium spitters are cut above.
Yeah, Tui, you better run faster.
Look at the mix of mediums now.
And it's bitters to deal with as well, fairly regularly.
Yeah, Tui's going to get him away from those guns. Xeno having coming over to help. Another 90 up to 36. It's going to get rough.
And nope, thanks for the 1 bit. South about at fire. They're not at fire until Tui's out here, definitely holding the line here and puts down pump jacks. Prior to that, they have no fire.
So I like this. This setup is really nice. Throwing it all into one belt, gathering at the end like they usually do. They're gonna run up the tech tree. Ultimate is south. They're stopping at grenades. Looks like. They haven't declared any other research.
Research for south is flamers. Well, oil.
Oil. They have unlocked oil, but that's about as far as they've declared.
And then they haven't declared it down to flamers yet, but oil's obviously a smart decision. North, I don't know why Chats keeps yelling at me to look at science. North is not doing anything. They're being boring. They set up they set up gun turrets.
They may be doing a second military build. What are they doing here?
There we go. XenoCyber has oil. That's what we're waiting on. Although he was just running on spot. Are we having any other issues again? No, my latency is okay. It's about as what it normally is. And there's Tui. Tui's the one I'm waiting for. When Tui comes down here and he starts living down here with grenades,
yep,
that's when I know that they're actually bothering to do something about oil.
Here's what's going to happen though. Tui's going to play too close to the power poles and cut off oil and may not even know it.
Probably, and the answer is power needs to be wrapped around the other side. But they've got oil that started putting in a tank. It's going to go up fairly slowly because it's only 200%. It's really, really, really low.
Tui's going to break power pole, and power's broken to oil. See, there you go. I called it. Power's broken to oil. I got to run power elsewhere.
Is now going.
Okay, Tui's. Oh god, power's broken to oil. So that tank that they just set up is not filling.
It has to be a green science.
Yep, and now they're going to come. Now they're going to double back. They're going to do some green science. I agree.
There we go. Tui's finally got a wall in to hold them back.
This is a really good strategy we saw in the last match where they kind of just wall in. They're going to set up some turrets right here. If I had to suggest, I would move it a little bit farther south than those pump jacks. I would bring it maybe to about here instead. Because here's what's going to happen. Well, what's going to happen is the buyers come in and they're going to wrap around this whole thing, and they'll end up back here, and the flamers will melt the pump jacks themselves. So
yeah, you got a point. If that's like as it stands currently, if that's Tui's hole that he's going to live in, it's perfectly fine. Yes, if he's going to put flamers in there, it's probably not fine. But like previously, we saw that they put a tank inside their walls, and I honestly don't think this time round that they have enough oil pressure they could even afford to put a tank inside the walls.
I agree. Yeah, it's not much. It's not much. 100%, 111% oil, and that's it. And we haven't seen a whole lot of exploration.
No. Both pump jacks are two separate patches.
Oh, are
so
they?
It's 200%.
Okay. Oh, 111 and 65. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's still not a. To your point, that's still not a ton.
It's heaps. It's plenty. It's fine.
They won't do blue science.
Oh,
look, they've got a flamer already. Yay! Look at there.
South has a fire.
A fire.
A fire and another A fire in a box.
All right. They may just pull it out if they can. They rush there, and then that could prolong the match a lot longer so they can catch up because
So North is now
if they do
going,
it right, they can lean. They can sit there until 90% if they do it right.
So North has gone for many biters that are eating Taishan. That's fine. North is going for red and green science now. So they're going to automate red and green science. Probably not to throw it, but probably to actually use it.
Yeah, right. I agree. They're not going to throw it. They're kind of past the point where it makes a big difference. So at 40% Evo.
Well, look, funnily enough, their grenade build, their military build, the only thing it needs is more coal. And they have more coal patch. They just haven't tapped.
Agree. Yeah. They got a few. They have some more miners they could put in. They have a lot more miners they could put in.
How many attacks have SteelAxe bang? Crap, where's their science? Yeah. 5? 6.
See, their green science and red science is very small. They're just doing the minimum to get to a really big military build to throw, and now they're gonna automate and kind of extend green and red out this way. Put some formal labs out here. Get up to flamers themselves because they have not really had to deal with the threat too much because SteelAxe has not leaned on them very much.
Yep. Tui just... Oh, the spider's going through the wall!
Wow, what? I saw that. How did it...
Small biters can pass through deconstructed walls.
Oh,
It's
they
entirely
can.
possible.
Really?
Because small biters have a small enough hitbox that they can path through it.
Really? Okay. All
Only
right.
smalls.
And there you go.
Only
First
smalls.
feed from south up to north, 30 military. So now they got military off the line. They're gonna catch up. All right. So there you go. If you had taken a snapshot 5 minutes ago, you would have said, "All right, well, Comfy's gonna lean on him, and SteelAxe is gonna break. If SteelAxe is gonna break." But then. There they go, locking in that flame turret right here. Those 3 engine builds and a box of flamers. There's 8 of them in there. In just a second, there's 7, 8 of them coming off the line. Now
7,
they're in great
picked up
shape.
all the requirements that he can handcraft some more. Tui's grabbed belt, so I'm expecting him to go to military and have the excess walls being shipped out. There's no excess walls.
It is
Why is
rain,
it
and he
no
says
excess walls?
where oil is next to where it's being used is pretty awesome, and it is.
It is.
I like it that they've brought it back away from the fight to store it.
Tui not dying is the key. Yep. Well, I'm looking at South's wall build, which is actually really slow for some reason. It's because they've managed to get coal on the wrong side of the belt. Because they have miners that are on both stone and coal.
Yeah, they need a filter.
And nobody's realized.
Yeah, they need a filter. They'll realize it here in a minute.
No, they probably won't. Dead set. Dead set.
Definitely.
XenoCyber's trying to work out how to belt braid.
So here's the risk at doing something like this is these guns will at some point need to shoot backwards, and they may melt this whole place up here, which could get a little dicey. I think that they should move. I think that they should probably move this whole shebang. I mean, 20 squares south, and they'll be in much better shape. They'll be much safer.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. I'm curious what water mass that is. Is that a decent water mass? Is that a decent water mass? Somebody needs to run to the right. Somebody needs to run to the right, find a little bit more intel, look at making a front wall. Because currently, outposts are safe, as we know.
They're safe. Yeah, I agree.
Here we go.
Look here, so... Oh, yeah, another 175
Sean's
to south.
radar's gonna... No, not die just yet. I'm wondering how many radars the Sean's gone through.
Oh, he right-clicked those radars a couple of times. He's got a stack of them. They're cheap, man. I dig the radars. In the single-player game, I throw those down all the time.
Yeah, but for biter battles, it's a lot of resources.
Cheap info. They do need to look for more oil to Sullivan's point. They need to.
Oh.
They need to go east-west and get up into
so we're
this
going to
area.
see the same as we saw with the last lot of biter battles with SteelAxe versus SteelAxe, the great rematch. we're going to see Tui put in 2 lots of oil, 1 on each side, and have flamers just kill everything in the middle.
Okay. I like this. I like this setup.
Now, chat, didn't we pioneer this? Did you guys pioneer on a public server? What'd you guys call it? Yes. Flame tunnel? Or the fire tunnel?
Would it be helpful to put...
match has been going 30 minutes.
48 minutes.
An hour.
48 minutes. Would it be helpful to put some dragon teeth right here in the middle?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
I guess
you're going to slow them down.
Right. What you don't want is them deciding to go around the other sides of that
Correct.
lake, right?
Correct.
So you don't want to put too much in there. You want a good sized path so they can go through, but you don't want, and you want to slow them through here, but you don't want to give them any reason to bypass it, right? Because then you're in trouble. Because back behind here is nothing. There is nothing behind it.
Yeah. No. There's the guns in the middle. Like they'll definitely hold off something.
Yeah, they'll hold off for a couple of minutes, and that's a couple of waves, and that's about it.
Seconds.
One
wave.
Yeah. Those medium spitters will take them out real quick.
So those that are late to the party, like Psy, you're an hour late. Bad Psy. It's even in your time zone. Science was throwing. North is throwing science. South is just rushed flamers. That's all they did.
Yep. They've done one throw, to be fair. They've done one throw so far. For 80 something?
Rubbish? 30.
30.
And 12 red science. No, that's from the north as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody...
They overproduced by 30 military research. That's the only thing I can bring it down to. Yeah. So, no, we've got lots of mixed patches, not a lot of pure iron, and that's really holding up both teams. That and... Oh, the walls are not far enough forward. Tui, you got to measure better.
Which ones?
Did you not watch the flamers? They're not far enough forward. Spitters can hit them.
Oh, you're right. Spitters are starting to hit them.
Did you not learn from the other SteelAxe team? It's 5 assemblers. 5 assemblers is the magic amount that Anti decided that the walls needed to be from the flamethrower.
Yep, they need like 2 more rows out here. They're very close. They need to put a little bit more out there. Yeah, those flamers getting hit is a bad deal. They need a thicker wall out here.
They just need to put in another wall like 5 tiles out.
Yep. There he goes.
No, don't thicken it. Don't thicken it. Just have a gap. Have an air gap. Think of it like insulation. Air gaps are great for insulation. They're cheap. They're free.
It's better. It's not as good, but it's better.
Sulfur processing for blue science. So in the north, they're going for blue science because they have no threat they have to deal with.
Yeah, Rain jumps in when Rain wants to jump in. We'll see. He's always invited, though. Always invited. Empty.
And north is slowly doing something about their coal problem. Slowly. Blue science with what oil? Well, look, technically, Comfy did realize just recently that people can save scum the map. So maybe that's what Comfy's done. Maybe they know where the hidden oil patch is.
Oh, no. I wouldn't.
Oh, look, I'm not saying they did. I'm assuming they haven't, but
No.
like, it's something that they only realized when people admitted to doing it on the public server.
Oh.
Rather than going out and wandering off looking for an outpost, they just save scum the map.
Save it.
Run a command.
Yeah.
Right. See the whole thing. Rejoin the public server and go, I'm walking to there. So, because that's where I want to go build my outpost.
Rockmeister, you're going to get me in trouble. They have not, North has not tapped this oil yet. Okay, Phoenix has realized that they're mixing. Phoenix has realized that they're mixing some stuff.
And look what they've done. They've output the coal into another splitter, which would normally bleed through to the underground in front of it. And they're filtering sulfur, which of course is not going to be on a belt.
Right, so they've prioritized.
Like magic, it doesn't put coal onto the stone belt, which is, I have to admit, something I wouldn't have thought of doing.
That's big brain, man. That's big brain right here. Look at there. See, right? That input priority left on that forward splitter. It will filter sulfur, which never appears on here. So it always takes this, whatever comes through here will always be the priority going forward. It's big brain.
Taishan is still dealing with small biters. One grenade, they're all dead. Oh, he's shooting something. He's actually taking a gun out of his pocket and shooting it to him.
He throw the gun on his shoulder.
And Jack just threw another 200 military. Like, this is so one-sided, it's not funny.
Well, I mean, flamers, flame turrets lock it down. So I wouldn't.
They do. And look, they're still automating them. They have how many in a box?
Now I like
3.
the they're running up. The South is running up the tech tree. They may do one of those purple builds because they're going for rail. Remember, so last match against Anti and Prime, they threw purple at them.
Purple's cheaper on oil.
Yeah.
But it does require a handful of blue research.
You do need to get a little bit of plastic in there to get up there. Oh, someone's. Oh.
It's cheaper on oil than what blue is. Oh, Phoenix is out exploring. Well and truly exploring.
He's looking for oil, probably. Looking for
Time
something.
to go south.
He probably
It's
needs
time to
some.
go south.
He needs copper too. He needs it. They need a little bit of everything.
Everything.
They need everything.
They've got coal. They've got coal down pat.
Oh yeah, look, and the 2 more right there.
He's found iron. He's found stone. He's found stone. More coal. He's found a mixed patch. Time to just. That's the new outpost, guys. Come on. Let's leave ThueJK at base. Let him deal with all the biters and everything else, and we'll go make a new base.
Bingo. He has found oil. That's a lot of oil, but that's a long way to go. And a short time to get there.
Or you build a new base.
Eastbound and down. Watch old bandit run.
Yeah, SteelAxe. I don't think they've thrown anything still. Still the original 30.
Yeah, I don't think they need to.
That's it.
I would agree with this. I agree with their strategy. I don't think they need to. They're just fine to let the delta between the evos be as big as they want, as big as they need to, up to 90%, and then they'll be fine.
And XenoCyber has resorted to the dreaded mix patch.
Yep, they got to. They've got to mine it up.
And they're feeding copper in there. They're feeding stone straight into a new smelter, which is doing nothing but walls into some very, very damaged chests. We're going to ignore that factor. Just going to bank coal into a row of inserters into boxes, because why not?
Well, that's probably going to be their highest volume of stuff other than stone. So stone can go straight into bricks and walls. That's a stone sink. You got to get stone off the belt kind of first, and then your second most common will be coal. And while you want that in there for smelting, you just box it in there for coal, right? You need these boxes.
But yeah, a little bit of copper, which is being fed through, but they only have half a belt of copper that they're actually using.
The risk, so for the new players, the risk at these mixed belts is if one of these backs up, they all back up, they all stop.
One backs up, everything breaks.
So they need sinks they can use iron and copper. That's the most valuable thing there. So they need a sink for stone and coal. So the sink for stone is pretty easy. That's wall. Wall just chews through the stone. And the sink for coal, they don't have something to use up coal that fast, so they have to use chests.
Yeah, just shove it in a chest and pretend it's a later problem, because it is a later problem.
It is a later problem, right? If one of that's the big risk. Otherwise, a mixed patch is pretty great. Like these mixed patches, I mean, look as I hover over them, 2 million, 3 million.
Oh, they're super, super dense. Like per tile, it's like 4,000.
Right, per tile. That's
you know, their original patch has 300.
Yeah, 300K, 31K, whatever. Yeah, they're super rich. They'll provide a ton of it.
Not K per tile.
Yes,
it's 300 per tile.
Right,
compared to 4,000 or 5,000
per tile. Right, they're great if you can deal with them. So
you can always deal with them. It's whether it's worth the infrastructure, and that's what it really comes down to.
Right.
It requires a bunch of splitters. It requires a bunch of coordination. You have to babysit it to a certain extent.
Yep.
So it can be problematic, and you're always limited to how quickly can I shove my crap through these splitters.
Yep, exactly. There you
go. Take me. You didn't get any notifications. You lie. I put out a notification 12 hours ago.
Follow JD on Twitter.
Lie.
He always tweets.
Yep, Streamlabs automates it. And there's a second automation in there as well, just in case Streamlabs doesn't do it. A nade will sort out full chest of coal. Correct, they will.
So Tui is getting some insurance here. He's building out a wall.
He's extending out the wall to just extend the biter pathfinding. That's all he's doing.
Right, he wants to force them through this middle. I think I would have probably set up that first before I would go out to the side.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing. He doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it that. Yeah, maybe. Still,
like, his biggest advantage is if he ran this wall through there, and that way they had to come in at the sides and then built up the second one, or built up the second one first and then forced the front wall so they didn't hit these flamethrowers at the front and they just went right down the middle.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that too. It's good.
So Tui's gone on. He's found iron, which is one of the things Phoenix went out and hunted. Well, mainly oil, but he also found iron. So that technically means...
Crizzle, I will occasionally participate in these. About every month, I'll dip into a public server, and then I'll fiddle around for it for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll get lagged out of my brains, and then I'll log off and not do it for another month because I learned my lesson again.
That's I hear Clowntown was going to next week do a Clowntown versus JD match.
Yeah, that emote slot is
on. Hang on. What was that service that you were telling about the other week?
I have half of mine to put together in a US biter battle server and throw it at public server. Do that.
Yeah. What was the service you were telling me about?
Oh, on Nodecraft. You go to nodecraft.com and promo code Clowntown. 30% off.
There you go. There you go.
Links in the panel. Just set one up. BB is one of those times when using stone.
I care desperately about what I do. Do I know what product I'm selling?
You guys
no.
get me in trouble.
Do I know what I'm doing today? No. But I'm here, and I'm going to give it my best shot.
Goes Odava.
And Arlid's out exploring. He threw a fish, so he knows exactly where Phoenix is. North. Such a forced self-promotion. I know. I had to prompt him twice.
He served it up on a plate for me. It was great.
Nope, with more bits. Thank you, mate.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I got a notification on my phone. Might check its push notifications are allowed. Push notifications. Noob, can we stop with the 1 bits? I appreciate them. Don't get me wrong.
Send those 1 bits over
sure.
here. We'll have a party with those.
I'm not sure how many that is in a row. All right. I haven't set up Streamlabs to not put up a notification for ones so people can ping me when I'm not paying attention. So is this going to be a 3-hour game? Possibly. We're an hour in so far.
Likely. Yeah. Likely.
So Arlid has gone and found Phoenix's hidey hole.
So, yep. So Arlid and Phoenix doing the same stuff over there. They probably sent a fish and went over to do the thing.
He did. He set a fish and even pinged the location.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, there it is. There's
so
the
he
fish.
knew exactly where he was going to go.
And Taishan has set up their front, same spot. Use the
same spot.
A little bit forward.
Different.
Forward.
Yeah, same-ish spot. A little bit less flamers. He is definitely using the bring them off the main line. So if the pipe gets taken out, it doesn't affect the other ones. So they're not all fed off one central line. But then again, Tui's got them all fed off one line, but there's so many of them, it's just not going to happen. The only thing I'm really curious why South hasn't done it is they're still banking. Oh no, hang on, they've moved oil to where? Oh, they set up a second flamethrower at front. around their silo. They're
Oh.
expecting to run into trouble. But yeah, they have their tank out there in the open, and I would have put that tank in behind Thue's wall. And now they have the tank built. It literally requires crafting of one pump, a second tank, and just pump it from one tank to the other.
Yeah, I would. Well, I might set up 2 tanks and have, to your point, one tank inside the protected wall and another tank elsewhere. May as well.
Taishan's out in a car doing the explore that way. This is what happens when you have low latency, not the 250 that I've got currently.
Taishan's
You can
in
drive
a
a
car.
car in a multiplayer.
Yep.
Nope. Well, I'm off. All right, mate. You're not going to hang around for the end? I don't like all the notifications Discord does on my phone. Wild Joker, turn them off. Taishan's found more oil.
Yep.
Cool, 1000%. Cool.
I like the car.
Car is very, very good for getting around in a hurry.
Yep.
I've seen it in lots and lots of biter battles for the public matches. Nope, I have to work. That sucks, mate. Thank you for all the bits. Thank you for swinging by. As always, VOD will be here when the stream ends, which will be in 3 hours at the rate these two teams are going to go. And it will also be up on YouTube in about a week's time when I actually get around to encoding them. It takes a while. I'm lazy. No, actually, it ties up the machine. I did one for today. It ties up the machine. It was a 4-hour stream.
Yep.
And it tied up the machine for 6 hours. Really annoying.
Go. Good exploration. I don't know. We found a whole lot. There you go. Now Taishan's doing it. He's got the back wall.
Yeah, he found out exactly where the biters are, and he checked out the right-hand side of the map. And long story short, rlid is probably at the closer oil patch. Probably.
Yeah, I would agree.
Left to right. Jack's now. I think Jack's taking Taishan's car.
Yep, handed off the car to undo the rest of it. I think that oil patch might be an easier one to get than the other ones.
It's got no resources near it.
Some water. If it had coal, that might be your good spot for blue.
Got no resources.
Coal. Coal for
rlid
plastic.
has a crap ton of miners. That's it. Okay, so Phoenix got out and expanded early. He's grabbing copper from the mixed patch. He's got iron. He's setting up steel. So that has to be... That has to be blue science.
So, TUI has now pushed that wall back to where you wanted, or where you were suggesting. So it's right. They've got an air gap. And they're now comfortably out of range.
Looks like blue, not enough copper. Yeah, it's low on copper out here. So, yeah, it'd have to be blue. Because it's steel, it's gears and pipes, which are both required for engines. So it has to be blue science, is what Phoenix is aiming for. But on the north, they have 2 players out there, which is a lot more build power. They don't have power. So that's one thing Phoenix did. As he ran out there, he carried power the whole way.
Well, there is a power line. If you look out there, it's just not connected or something. Oh, it is connected. No, they got power out there.
Oh,
Yeah, look, half the
no,
miners
they
are
do
running.
too.
Yeah, they ran it out there.
Okay. Went out there with power. So,
Yeah, Astro.
XenoCyber can... The only thing XenoCyber can do is like... Oh, crap. There you go. There you go, Clowntown.
Oh, what does anti-C?
Same thing I do.
A train.
A train. A train in biter battles. A real train.
He's gonna do it. Good job.
Look, it's stone and steel.
Yeah.
It really costs nothing. The only catch is you can't have any damn trees in the way.
Right.
And Biter Battles has a few trees.
Oh, he's gonna chop. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any grenades.
It's 2 trees. It's not worth it. There are going to be so many other trees that are in the way. 3 trees, because he's got to curve it right here to miss the power poles. No, he's going straight through. Yeah, it's just... Oh. Go straight through that bit of forest, then you hit desert. That's the plan. Oh, and there's more oil.
Xeno's putting in a train. That's the first one in the tournament. That's great. They're gonna do it.
And Tui is lighting himself on fire. Tui, you do not walk through the fire. Throwing down experimental radars.
Oh, there's the grenades.
Valid.
There we go. Good job, Xeno.
Why is Tui throwing down radars that are not powered?
Bait.
Yeah, but he's blowing a hole through the forest.
He wants to
So he's going to wall off between that bit of lake and that little bit of lake. Yes? No?
Oh, maybe he wants an early
Yes.
warning because he knows the buyers will attack the radar.
Yeah, they'll
He wants the beep beep.
route for him.
Yeah, he wants the beep beep.
No, it's not beep beep. It's if they break that one, they'll target that one. They'll target that one. Oh, look, military structures. They'll target that.
Right.
So he's dragging them to the side rather than if they came up through the middle of the map, there's a chance they might target him.
Oh, so he wants. Yeah.
He's baiting them to the left.
He's baiting them away from what he's doing over here because he doesn't want them to attack him. There you go. Okay,
Yeah.
here they go.
So there you go. First one gets baited to the second one. Recalculates, baits to the next one. It's right there.
Maybe.
They'll bait right there. Yeah, they're waiting for the last couple of splitters to catch up. Bait right there. That dies. This other pack on the left is already going straight north. And then they're going to wander around and then go, oh, look, there's fire. There's something we can attack. And then they're going to go straight in there. Done. They're going to wander in there slowly and barbecue the whole way.
Yeah, it would have to be a 5 or 6 hour match if a team goes for nuclear because the startup process alone for Coverx is pretty substantial to get that first 40 and get.
You don't need Coverx. You don't need Coverx to run nuclear.
I'm just saying to get the ore. Well,
nope. One centrifuge. Wow.
It's a lot of centrifuges to get to that point.
No, it's not. One centrifuge will give you enough shiny rocks to keep one reactor running. Coverx, a 3 or 4 day battle? No. And you can have Coverx in a couple of hours. 481 flasks, which, for the record, changed things by a grand total of 2.2% evolution.
Right.
Science is useless. So I think one of the things that was suggested, now it was a suggestion, Comfy can take on suggestions, cannot take on suggestions. One of the things was suggested was speeding up the 50% to 90% period, because this is a slow point. Like, I know for a fact, and it's unfortunate, like I could walk away for an hour and come back.
Probably.
Because South's going to build Blue Science. It's the same blueprint they've used before. Nothing new here. North is probably going to do the exact same blueprint because they both know it's a very, very good blueprint. There might be some minor modifications, but it's probably going to be pretty much exactly the same. XenoCyber. So that is the South is doing battery, modules, modular armor, circuit network, explosives. They're going to put in a magic moving wall. That's their whole plan. That's going to be their end line defense. North with Taishan, fire. Lots and lots and lots and lots of fire. More fire. With fire to spare. In fact, he's the only one in base. And where the hell is their steel build that does flamethrowers? 2 in a chest. Not many. They need more steel. They need more iron. They need their mixed patch to go faster. Yeah. So this is the point. Yeah. It's been suggested that we do something about this period.
Well, I think once we have biters attacking outposts or attacking from the side, I think everything will come right back into focus, and this period will not really happen.
Yeah, the other suggestion, which I liked, is like have a 50% bonus or 100% bonus, or like they did add diminishing returns to throwing packs. If that diminishing returns was removed or trimmed back, after you get over 50%, yeah. Jetty nailed it. Time to go take a nap. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, both teams locked in behind turrets. Unless they make a pretty bad mistake, which, I don't know.
If anybody's going to make a bad mistake, it's Taishan. He's not as locked in as what Tui is.
The walls look a little thin, I agree. But, again, he's got, 20-something days of doing this.
Yeah. But it doesn't take much.
Yeah. A couple of weird pathing, and it's toast. See how much oil they have. They're using a bunch of oil here. That's 10K. That's good. These pipes look fine. Unless we have a broken pipe or something crazy. But there's still a lot of full flamers.
It's Taishan didn't do anything about putting down a tank. So their oil is staying in the ground. They're not even bringing it up and tanking it.
Right. Yes, a little dangerous.
It's fine if you're planning on researching mining productivity. You're planning on researching mining productivity? Didn't think so. He is doing something about keeping Burner City running. And he is grabbing the excess resources and turning it into something. Grenades, gears, whatever it happens to be. I'm actually expecting a hand-fed steel to go up. Because that's something he could definitely do with. Tui, on the other hand, like, their Burner City's dead. Nobody's bothered to maintain it. In fact, their original labs are dead, and then they built a whole new stack of labs. That's a little bit of waste of resources. Somebody could have gone and picked these up and just dragged them over and placed them down. But nobody bothered. So, Tui's making the mixed belts go faster.
Yeah, both of them really. I don't know what these guys are doing out here. The Taishan and the gang, they're just putting down belts and basic supplies. They want to replicate another something out here. Looks, or maybe they're just farther along in the south, because they are just. It's just a quick blue science. So if you check out the blue science, it is a full line of steel, a half line of iron, and I guess you'd call that a half line of copper, but double-sided.
It's a half line of copper. It's and essentially a full line of steel, full line of iron.
Half line iron.
Well, it's essentially a full line because you're turning one line of your iron into actual steel. And they are, grabbing a little bit of extra iron off the actual iron steel line.
Yeah,
so
yeah. They'll fill that in. They'll fill that in. Well, they should.
They won't. They're grabbing iron. They're grabbing iron for pipes and gears. They need more ore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they'll add some more miners here, and then path that into where there's two. They should be two pipes going into here. That one of them it would fill up the smelters. And they're going to do another one down here.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to bet they're about to just duplicate the whole thing.
Yeah, copy paste.
Like they've got water, they've got oil, they've got. I don't know why they're going to go south.
Hey, the train's off. The train's off and running. Look at there. Choo choo. There you go. And they're manually driving it. They're not even going to set up a station. So nice. Thanks for the phone. So you can set up a stop. Let's add one more, set up a stop, and actually have automated trains running. That'd be cool.
Oh,
Choo-choo.
It looks like South is going to go for for landmines.
Got explosives.
And North is still at the point of...
I agree. I don't think there's much else beyond there, beyond explosives, other than those the tank or grenades or something.
Landmines.
Landmines, yeah. I agree.
Landmines, that's it. So what's it, Sai? Honestly, the first round of battle battles where we planned in probably was the most tense through the whole game. You never had it easy. You always had to defend. You needed a bigger team to even survive. It was easier to balance the bigger teams because you could have bias more powerful standard players skill to deal with them. Wolves could not really keep them out on their own. Yeah, look.
Yep.
Every single tournament seems to get... They seem to tweak things, and overall, I'd say they're easier. Like, even though it's like less players and this and that, it's like it still seems and feels easier.
Yeah, the mixed patch is kind of perfect for a military build, but then again, it's going to be military. It's diminishing return.
Military or purple,
or purple, yeah.
Because they're the only two that eat stone.
Yeah, they run through stone pretty good.
Purple especially. Purple.
Which maybe that's what they'll do.
And you need stone.
Yeah, maybe that's what they'll do is they'll do blue, 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 right, and get a good copy paste. And then maybe throw down another purple up here somewhere with the mixed ore and smelting up here. I don't know.
Well, we had Comfy do it last time.
Yep.
They set up a blue, and then literally, you only have to change the tail end of it.
Yes, that's right.
You still need red circuits. You just need to change the tail end of it to change over purple. And they changed every single one of their builds across to purple because it uses less oil.
Stenson, settle down. Really, bro. Faceless. There you go.
With a restart. Thank you, mate. 13 months. 13 months. Long time subscriber. Yeah. Can some mod time out Stinson? Technically, Stinson's the only mod.
Yeah, settle down, bro.
That was SteelAxe? SteelAxe, was it? Okay, yeah, last one was SteelAxe versus SteelAxe. Absolute power. Rule with an iron fist. Will corrupt, absolutely. I think Stinson was corrupt before I gave him mod powers.
Let's look at their science. Okay, there we go. So mining productivity in the north. Nothing else declared. They've got blue plastics.
Because you were here.
Reds.
It seems like a mistake. I tend to agree. So site, because it is tweaked for a smaller team, it's harder and harder to balance, and cheese becomes easier and easier to exploit. In the case you need to rebalance the whole damn combat, including player health resistance. Biters, you need mods for that. Sadly, in my humble opinion, 5v5 to 7v7 is actually where it works best, and it's actually somewhat easy to balance for. Okay. I somewhat agree. The problem we had is last tournament is trying to get enough players together to do anything bigger than 5v5.
Yeah, three is about as much as you can commit to getting practices in and all of that business. I like the 3-man team.
Let's admit it. Like, we have this tournament. It's everybody's on European time.
Pretty much.
Not quite everybody, but pretty much.
Canadians.
That got knocked out early on. Yeah.
Yeah, Canadians were in the Canadian time.
Yeah, but like last time round with us trying to run mainly on like a US-ish time, it was always, we can't do that. It's too late. It's hard. Too early.
Scheduling, I mean, and every time you add a person to a team, you compound that exact problem. Another order of magnitude with another person. So you can get a 6-man team, but can all 6 of you meet together to practice? And can you meet together to do a match against another 6 people, all with conflicting schedules, right?
Look, at practice times, we had like at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. was our practice time. My 9 a.m. was the only time everybody could possibly meet up.
Right.
And even then, there was a 1 hour time limit on it. Like, I think Sai was the first one that had to bow out. and he couldn't do any more than an hour because then it was like 10 or 11 p.m. European time.
Huffney, thank you for that host, man. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Canadians
Hey, Huffney.
actually-
Huff.
What's up, Hoofney? How you doing? Give a shout out for my buddy. Hoof Meeks.
Arlid's gone for
They're just
real
going.
power poles.
Yes.
Real.
So far, big green and normal smelting. 2 iron, 1 copper, 1 maybe 2. Yeah, 2 iron, 1 copper, 1 steel. Looks like they're setting up a second base out here. I don't know. A lot of steel. Maybe they're going straight for purple. I don't know.
They could go straight for purple. They need more copper.
Maybe more. Yep. And
And
they do need a little
stone.
bit. They do need a little bit more oil for blue science because they do need to go through blue. There. Yep. They got big power.
And we have big biters in the south.
Rather than doing this, yeah, we went over 50%. Rather than doing this, instead of throwing 120 away for that, I might throw 200 for research speed instead of the big power poles. That seemed, or shoot, tool belt, 100 for tool belt. Give your guys a little bit more inventory
Do you
space.
Need an extra row of inventory?
Well,
Oh,
look what
the
they're
hell?
spending 120 on already. They're spending 120 on power poles, which, I mean,
Okay, so Phoenix is building a little bit of everything. One lot of everything.
Rain, what would you rather spend your 120 red green science on? I'm voting either research speed or tool belt. I don't think the power poles is going to be that meaningful. I think research speed or a tool belt would be way more meaningful.
I wouldn't get real power poles no matter what.
Who is north?
wouldn't
Who is
bother.
south? Well, good. So those of you just joining us, north is Comfy Industries. That's the guys who run the server. They've been doing this for a long time. There's Jack, Rlid, and Taishan.
Strong explosives, flammables. There we go. Bigger and
Rain
better
says
grenades.
research speed. I agree. Yeah. And south is SteelAxe Ultimate. That is ThueJK, XenoCyber, and Phoenix. And XenoCyber is, and they've made a train. Yeah. And look here, there's they've got their main defense trying to funnel all the biters into that big deal. Never do tool belt anymore. Yeah. Plenty of inventory. Power poles out of steel is not worth it. I agree. Yeah, research speed.
I wouldn't spend it on any of them.
Yeah, that wasn't the question. The question is, if you have 120 and you're just looking for something to do, what would you rather spend it on? Red,
Mining
green.
productivity.
Or maybe, well, they already did that. I might even hit some batteries, batteries and modular armor rather than do the power poles first. Batteries, if you do get into later rounds, get you some lasers. But research speed seems best. Research speed.
Okay.
It's the thing.
North. Okay, so that has to be engines into blue science.
Yeah, there's got to be blue science. Yep.
Okay, so they're doing engines into blue science. South is doing oil, and I'm expecting they're about to add a bot build to this.
Yep, I agree. Bots would be a great addition onto the end of this. So here comes, they're going to do
They're
blue
doing
science.
advanced oil. Yeah, they're
Yep.
doing advanced oil, which is going to lead into lube, which is going to lead into bots, which is going to lead to everything.
Oh,
And then they're going to start duplicating it.
yep, and they got their mall up. This is good. You got a nice little mall up here. Nephrim style speedrun mall. And north, continuing to feed military to south. Keep the threat on. They can keep doing that. It'll take a lot longer to get to 90%, but they can do it. Lamps. The lighting in Factorio, I would like to see a little bit improvement of lighting in Factorio and in our other game Satisfactory. I think lighting is a thing.
It's not going to happen in Satisfactory for a long time.
I know.
Lights are hard.
Yeah.
Lights are hard, at least in 3D.
No lube, so they're doing productivity module and gates. Oh, they're gonna do the gate trick.
No, they did lube. Oh, he cancelled research.
Cancel
for
it.
lube.
Yeah, he canceled.
Okay.
Gates for their little gate trick.
Yeah.
The anti-leads gate trick. I don't know how well that worked. I think the distractor capsule was 90% of that strategy, much more than the gates were.
Nah, it works. Rather than them eating through the walls, which is what they're currently doing, and if Tui doesn't go do something about it, their spider's going to make it through that wall.
Oh, look, it's close.
They're down to 3.
Yep.
So what it does is it forces them to repath all the time. And because they're repathing all the time, it slows them down. And it basically, it's less walls lost. Which means less players having to go out there and deal with it, or less robots are lost repairing the walls. That's really what it comes down to. Look, there's a Tui.
Yep, he's
going to go, walls!
Yep, he's going to fill all that back up there. That's very close.
He forgot walls.
Yep, he did. He actually did. He did go grab him. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to put some... Uh-oh. No, I'm not. There we go.
I pressed Q and nothing happened.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yep, and that's pretty smart. So look here, this belt, the only thing it does is send Tui some supplies, and most of it's wool. So
yeah, lots of wool with some flamers with whatever else crap I need.
Whatever else he needs. So every flame turret gets put into a little buffer chest, but also is sent down the belt to the front. And yeah, there you go. Extra wall that's not being fed to military. And then there's a specific wall build that comes off of the mixed-door patch. That's this one. All of that just is sent via belt to Tui's little, birthday chest down here.
Lubricant, engines, robotic, work, robot speed 1 and 2. Yeah, there we go. And they've got... I love it. So we've got Home Station and Phoenix named the other one, I bet, Rise of the Phoenix. No, it was, well, actually, it would still have the last user of XenoCyber if he put it down. Even if somebody else renames
Rise of the Phoenix.
It's
There's
about
a stop.
sacrifice.
There you go.
So, going back in chat, so Sai, look, having more disciplined teams and more disciplined times work. The problem is the times I'd suggest, the other teams are just going, nah, we can't do it.
Correct. Right.
And that's like, okay, I can do this 3-hour gap on a weekend. That's it. And
exactly.
Normally, the weekend Sunday is my Monday.
So
and I've got to schedule around my time zone, Huff's time zone. Who else? So I had 2 US time zones, a European time zone, an Australian time zone, a second European time zone, and me, family, kids, and sleeping.
So listen, man, it is, as someone who pioneered one of the first ones. This is pre-biter battles. It used to be production challenge. This is in 2018.
Yep,
as
and
someone,
the PvP that you did as well.
As someone who pioneered the first PvP large matches in Factorio, the number one thing was not finding a server, not fighting lag, not even agreeing to the rules, not even willingness to play. There was plenty of people who were willingness to play. The number one barrier to getting these things together was time zone. Was getting the teams to be able to play in a certain time. That's it. Everything else was no-brainer. It was very easily worked out. It was easy.
Yep.
Was finding someone who could organize a team of X number and another team of X number and getting them to play at the same time. That's it. That's it. Everything else was very easy to do.
So, Taishan's up here doing steam batteries, just to clarify it. That is steam batteries. That's exactly what that is. Nothing above and beyond that. It is giant batteries full of steam. Throw tanks on there. More tanks, the better.
Now I want a radar. Look, I want a radar. Because what they're doing with this train is diabolical. They're loading blue science up into it. They're not putting labs out here because you don't want to drag red, green military science out here. They just load this train up, and it's now automated with coal, and they're loading
Yep.
up blue science, and they're going to take it back and use it probably to throw it in the machine, and they're going to, look at that, it's going straight onto the line. Automated train.
They have been using it.
Yep, it's going to go straight on the line, and they're going to go to purple, right? They want to get up to purple and start a purple
I
build.
assume they're going to do the jump to purple.
Yep. Look, they've got bot builds, and they're doing bot speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their defense is going to be the gates and bots probably.
Well, Taishan's setting up steam batteries, which means North is going to go lasers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even need to look at the tech. I already know steam batteries. Bang, that's lasers.
Yep.
That's the only reason you have large steam batteries.
Yep. It's easy, and it's it's over here. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So it's ways to store energy, right? So if you're a newish player and you haven't seen this before, you can store energy. The most obvious way is you can research accumulators, which take batteries and iron. Batteries is a technological barrier to get to because you need blue science. But you can also do it. A clever way to do it is you tank steam. You just put some tanks on the edge of your steam, and your energy will be captured. Your coal boiler energy will be captured and left over into these little buckets of steam, and then the steam will dump into these engines whenever they're needed. Well, that's it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have the water pressure. Oh, no, they do have the water pressure. Never mind. Jet is fully awake.
Yeah, offshore pumps are the bomb diggity. It's one of my offshore pump is one of my favorite entities in Factorio because it is free water. You don't need power for it unless you're in Crastorio or a different mod. No need power. You can double them up. They're super cheap. They're one of the most overpowered things out there, the offshore pump. No power needed and infinite water.
Till you start building some really interesting beacon to oil builds and you realize that 1,200 water per second is not nearly enough.
Oh, you need so many water. You need a bunch of them. Yeah. And for a nuclear build, I was looking at them going, how many water pumps am I need for this thing?
Nah, then you're doing nuclear wrong. Nuclear should be just nice and simple. Like one offshore pump runs out to, they need 103 each. So what is it? 10,
Look,
11?
You may have set up nuclear.
12.
You may have about
12.
1,000 hours worth of nuclear in, but I've watched at least 6 videos. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, were any of them my videos?
Nope.
Well, this is where you made the mistake.
Not a one.
My nuclear is 4 reactors, 4 offshore pumps. What's that? 12, 24, 24 heat exchangers, and 48 steam turbines done, and just blueprint it over and over and over.
Yeah.
So Stinson says that the train track is put in because the belt lag from last time is just too massive moving science on belts. Actually, I would disagree that it's cheaper to run trains than it is to run that many belts.
And it's far enough to where a person may need to get out there and back a bunch of times. And you can only belt surf one direction. So the train is, I would say, if I had to think about their mind, the mind of why they put the train in, it does not have to do with lag. That is probably not entered into their justification for building that train. I think it's more people movement back and forth.
It really doesn't matter what it is. It's at the end of the day, it's faster, it's cheaper, it has so many pros to it that the con of having to lay the tracks out, dodge through forests or blow up forests, it's worth doing every single time. And it should load and unload reasonably quickly, even with one fast inserter, because they're just not going to make science that fast. And then going back, another question, which I have read, I haven't had a chance to get in 2 cents between Clowntown Loudmouth over here. Faceless, how come I don't see you stream as much anymore? Because currently, and this also answers Si's question of why it seems like I'm in drunks currently on SpaceX, is because I'm on US time zones, which I'm getting up at 1 a.m., which is due to kids being home. And yeah, streams and 1 a.m. don't work. Excuses. No, the excuses are kids are not going to sleep during the week. So this one, I'm not streaming during the week as much. And on weekend, and currently getting up at stupid hour, I have 5 hours to fit in any recording time I need for the whole, well, for the day.
Right.
So that's my work schedule now is 5 hours, gone down from about 10. Kids teach you anything yet? But never leave them unsupervised, and if they're quiet, something bad's happening? I don't know.
Yeah. You kids doing homework? Yes. I don't hear no homework.
If you can't hear them, chances are something bad is happening.
Something's going on. Yep. That silence is all right. Hang on. I gotta go AFK. So there you go. Xeno is taking the train back and forth. There you go. Boom. Yeah, it's getting back and forth. That's really good.
Rain, nobody wants to trains, nobody believes. Somebody, was it what you, Wild Joker, was asking in my Discord about the pros and cons of trains? I think he worked out at like 75 tiles distance. Train tracks were cheaper than doing belts.
Mm-hmm. The secret ingredient.
Payback is so insanely fast.
His crime.
500 packs was worth 1.7 Evo.
Oh, it's big oil.
Don't throw it. Taishan, don't even bother throwing it.
Yep,
turn it off.
Here comes 3-phase oil. They're going to do advanced. We need a bunch of undergrounds for this build.
In North.
In North, yeah. And Xeno throwing back. Not much, but they're throwing back. You got to start sometime.
It's probably made more of a difference. 3.7. So again, diminishing returns. Like South threw half as much, but it did twice as much evolution because they have less diminishing returns they have to deal with.
Yeah, train's pretty fast. Okay, bots are in the air for South, and they have now pasted from their mall. They've pasted another blue build down.
Well, I'm willing to bet that's actual purple.
Oh, well, maybe.
You'll have to see. Maybe that was not inside their viewing range at the time somebody pasted it.
Right.
Phoenix pasted it, but it could be a purple.
It could be a purple.
Because right here is where it changes.
Right. If they're going to go out there and...
Oh, look. He's deconstructing things.
Yep,
it's a purple.
It's a purple. There you go.
I hate it when JD's right. He's right far too often.
That's right.
The
there you
kids
go.
are silent when they're plotting something. Yeah.
The secret ingredient is crime.
I say, so Sergio, I say create 3 time slots and let each team ban 1 time slot for their matches, with the time slot for each match up to be reasonable. Both times ban the same time slot. Let the top casters pick which of the 2 remaining they prefer. Yeah, look. We chose not to run a team. 1, because of the changes. I didn't like them. I didn't think it was going to be a good match. And from what we've seen, it's rush military, nothing's changed, or slug it out for hours after you get flamethrowers. That's really the two combat methods that Biter Battles have fallen down to. And I didn't want to spend 5 hours doing a match. So that, and we had so many problems with scheduling, and it was just other people said, no, we're not going to do it because we're all on European and we don't want to stay up past midnight. And I'm like, hang on, I'm trying to do 4 time zones here.
Right.
And you're complaining. It's just, yeah.
It's tough.
No fortune telling today. I actually have no idea what the I don't even know I put in any tags because I was on time-ish.
So Auntie probably thinks that they should pull a wall out to the left.
Well, the
Pretty
flamers
clean.
have burnt all the trees on that side. So they're starting to path around.
Yep. Well, we'll look at it.
Oh, they're starting to... They're on that top corner.
Yeah, they're on the corner. Probably would be worth it.
So are they going to path around? Probably not. Honestly. Has Tui done a much better job putting in giant walls to force them to path through the middle?
Yes. Yes. And look
Has
at
he
that.
just
They've
put
got
in
a
a backup corner?
Yep, they've got a
Yep.
backup. They've got a backup plan.
Does he need to put another one down here? Yep.
Yep. You put one more
Will
there.
they get to it? Yep.
Yeah, at some point.
I have full faith.
Yeah, at some point he'll do it. There's no reason not to. You know.
Like, Tui's a one-man team. He's got the whole main base to play with himself. Chat does point out that they don't have a... Like, Tui has a train system, so the other two players can get back in a hurry.
Yes.
Comfy in the north is running on cars.
Yep. They're running cars.
So
Taishan.
if something breaks, they can't get back quickly. They can get back reasonably quickly, and they have control of going anywhere on the map. The catch is they might run through the one power pole that powers everything.
That's right.
Or
hit a
Taishan
rock.
just hit a rock or a tree or, yeah.
Yep.
So North is going for one hell of a blue science build. They're going for one big one.
See, I always tend to get out of the car a little early.
You like walking, do you?
Well, no, I get out of the car early. When I reach my destination, the car keeps going, and I stop, and then I'm wondering where my car went.
Oh, just aim it towards something.
Yeah.
Like,
gonna
aim
go
at a
fix
forest. Jump out. Car stops. Taishan, that iron is not really worth the time and the effort you're going to spend on it.
No, South is using their blue at the moment. They're using their blue. They're not necessarily throwing it. So I've seen them.
They're not going to throw any blue. They're going to go straight to purple.
They may do straight to purple. Yeah, they're going up the tech tree. If you look at what's left over here, it's not much, less than 100 of each. And they're sure they'll throw that, but they're going to go up to they're going to get some advance and do something. But every bit of blue that we've seen, now granted there may be something hidden behind this radar, but they've been consuming their blue. Let's look at all the blue that they've spent. See, look, they needed 100, 175, 250, 350, 450.
They need a sizable investment. South needs a sizable investment of blue to get to purple.
Yeah, they've needed about 600-700 to get to where they are now.
Like, they could have not used as much robot speed. Cheaped out a little bit on the robot speed. Actually, South short on power. South really hasn't done anything. Oh, they have added a bit more power.
Where is there? Yeah, a little bit. That's not much. They should be in the yellow. Yeah, it's a lot to run on two little things. Oh, Xeno is pointing at coal, going, "Hey, grab that coal and make a power plant right there." Like,
yeah, power plant right there. Or they have these two coals and that water, and that's what I've been doing. Tui, you're free, right? You're not doing anything, right? Okay, your job is now power. They're there. And Tui got a roboport with robots, I assume, and just craft it up, and away we go.
no, Auntie is on Team Island. Team South here put them away last week. So
Tui fair. Oh, wrong button.
Phoenix and Tui and Xeno actually beat Auntie's team last week in a long
It's
match.
the better SteelAxe team.
Yeah, they're doing great. They beat him twice, in fact. They beat him on the opening day of the tournament, and they beat him last weekend.
Tatter's going to head out and watch the video or VOD later. Take care. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. So Tui is still throwing for whatever little dribs and drabs he gets back at main base. It's not a lot. It's 2.5% evolution. It's a nothing. But North's just hit a brick wall with their military. it doesn't do much anymore. Xeno has a roboport stamped down. Hooks in the power network. Gonna fill these chests with crap. And say, go at it, bots.
Yep. That's good. That's how you do it. Bonk, bonk. And there you go. There's the robots.
Yeah, a bit of a waste that he's using both a passive provider and a storage chest. Just put all the stuff you want the bots to build in the storage chest.
Yeah, one chest to do it.
Actually, you get logistics slots now, don't you?
Yeah, there is.
After you get combat... Well,
There is one
after you get
belt
robots?
missing.
He does have one belt missing.
Two missing. Oh, that's a big power. How many is that? It's 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12. Oh, it's 30 long. What?
Okay, no, you don't. All right. Huh? That's a full size. That's a full size for 2 pumps.
30. Can you get water at full blast? I don't think you can get water all the way down there. You gotta get water coming in from both ends. He could do. He could do.
60 times 30. Whatever that means. It's 180. It's 2 pumps. 2 pumps, 1 end.
But I think he's got to put. You got to put water on both sides. Oh, cool.
Okay. Please, Clowntown's chat, clarify this for Clowntown. 2 pumps, 1 end. You've only got to hit 1800 water. Pipe will support that, and then some. It does. A pipe's good up to about 2400 water. So Stinson says, I ate and nothing has changed. Well, no. South ran out of power. And also agrees with me.
Arlid
2
killed
pumps,
himself.
1 end.
How did Arlid kill himself? Did he run himself over with a car?
I wanted to get back to base in a hurry.
Yeah, did he throw his things in a chest somewhere?
I think science broke. And he wanted to get back in a hurry.
You know what? What would be come in handy if there's some sort of fast transport system from this outpost all the way back to. I got it. Trains.
Choo choo. Oh, he brought Blue back. Well, he couldn't have died to get home like that to bring Blue back, but yeah, he definitely brought Blue and just threw 700 military for a. Hang on. This latency sucks so hard. 1.9 change in evolution.
24 ticks.
60. Jack is waiting for. He's waiting for Advanced Soul to finish. So North has been a lot slower to get their next science up and running. So they're faster out of the gate, but now have really slowed down. On the other hand, South has. They've got their Blue up and running on their lovely train back to base, and they have started setting up Purple. We've got the productivity mods here. Oh, they're short on coal because the inserter's not fast enough. No, the coal belt's not full enough of coal.
And their power's hurting, so the inserters are even slower. So you look at that. Look at the yellow inserters delivering.
Yeah.
Yep.
XenoCyber is short 2 boilers. And that's stopping all the water getting through the whole build because he's short 2 boilers.
Yep.
Please don't go back to base and go get iron. Please remove the
Short,
last 2 boilers.
4 boilers.
And put them at the start. Okay, short 4. Please remove the last. Oh, there we go.
Da-da-da.
2. The other 2. Not important.
Not important.
See this?
There we go.
This is my boomstick.
What's up, Apollos? How you doing? Let me bring everybody up to speed. Oh, there he goes. Okay,
There.
there it is. Full blast. Should have plenty of power now.
I don't know about plenty of power. They have power.
They at least caught up. They are. They have a little bit of room.
They're running at
a third
60%. Yeah.
Well, followers, welcome. Stretch. We'll talk.
Worst streamer to raid. He's gonna go for lunch shortly.
I got
Or a
lunch.
bathroom break.
Lunch is sitting right here next to me, and I do need to go make boom boom.
see? Predictable. So when you're sick of Clowntown going AFK, I'm also streaming Biter Battles. Welcome,
It's JD. So, all right, JD and I are doing Biter Battles. JD and I are doing Biter Battles today, and this is the grand final. It is Team North is Comfy Industries, undefeated. Team South is SteelAxe Ultimate, 1 loss. Their 1 loss in the tournament is to Comfy. So this is a rematch of what happened 3 weeks ago, I think. And both teams have went to and locked in turrets. Locked in flame turrets. You see the thing here. North threw early to South, tried to knock them out, but they locked in flame turrets first, and then it was kind of over. And now we're in for a long haul. You can see the difference in the evolution. But since then, South has really picked it up and run through science. They got through blue first, and they've got bots in the air. And now they're running through this bottom line is going to be purple. Because here comes Rail.
They've got rail. They're now going to do electric furnaces.
Yeah, they're going to do furnaces and rail off these lines right here. Yep, same line.
They're going to do rail and obviously split in furnaces. No, that's rail. That's purple science. Where the hell are their furnaces?
Soon. Maybe fit in from the other side. Yeah, that's got to be the purple because it's got the modules in it.
Yeah.
Now they'll replicate that, and then
no, they're doing a bit of each.
Oh, that's right. It's a one. That's right. It's a mix. That's right.
Duplicate it and duplicate it and duplicate it and duplicate it, and that's as far as you can support, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very many. I think it's like 12. Yep. How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Use your decon planner.
One more.
So they're going for social distancing towards the other team. Yes, Hap. Much social distancing. All the biters are the only things allowed to pass between. Roaches are perfectly clean.
Use your decon planner.
Funnily enough, North has got purple off the ground at the same time. Their build's half the size.
Really? Oh, they did it. Look at there. I'll be damned. So the last time these two teams met was, I think it was 3 weeks ago, and it was JD checked it out, and it was, went back to the archives, and it was 3 hours and 58 minutes. Total stream time was 4 hours and 22 minutes.
No, was that last week's match?
What did you just type to me? Did you type this to me?
I don't know. Streamlabs recordings. Sort by date. Date, the other button. It was 4 hours and 22 minutes total stream time for SteelAxe versus Comfy, and you said it was what? The one before that? No. That's Baggett versus
that was the
O'Brien.
total stream time. The match was 3:58.
For last week's match. SteelAxe versus SteelAxe.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I'm talking about the. So these two teams. This is the second time these two teams have played each other. What was the time? The match time on that?
I don't know. Which match was that?
Let's go back. It was number 12 on April 5th. Match number 12. And Legally Insane, thank you very much for the follow.
I'm looking for...
Is it sub 1 hour macros? So which match were you talking about with the super long one? Was that last week's?
Last week's was 4 hours.
Oh, that was the 4:22 stream time. Okay.
Comfy vs. SteelAxe Ultimate was over and done with in 53 minutes game time.
Really? Wow.
It was on the 5th of April. There you go. Chat knows.
Yeah, 5th April 5th.
Sounds wrong.
No, I said April 5th.
You said the 12th.
12th match. Match number 12, April 5th.
Oh, well, my naming is all screwed up.
Well, what I do is I look at the match board, and they've got match numbers by it, and then I say the word match, and I add that number in.
That's
how I do it.
Through and
I know it's crazy.
Rename.
It's a crazy method of
rename
numbering
ones.
them.
I know. I need to go through and rename the previous ones. So XenoCyber was going to grab coal because they're definitely out of coal in for their little base that is pumping out, still doing the blue and the purple.
rlid has at his disposal right now 300 blue and 75 purple to throw.
And XenoCyber and Phoenix have done the smart thing. They've put prod mods into a passive provider chest, but the robots can't reach it. So they can't put the prod mods into purple science.
Oh, so they're losing a little bit of furnace every time.
Mm-hmm. JD, what? Red blinky thing. Zoom in on the northeast pillbox. Northeast pillbox. Northeast pillbox is fine. I've wandered past it 3 times. It's losing pieces. Oh, that northeast?
Ping it.
Thank you,
Damage.
Dashimi for the follow. Okay, Jack's firing up more oil. And they've got advanced oil. They've got advanced oil with some basic oil. That's weird. Yeah, I know.
It's 1 a.m.,
I'm
man.
slow.
You just woke up.
It's 3 a.m. now.
Yeah. It's 3 a.m. Oh, that's Steel coming over. Leland saying, "I'm glad you're playing Factorio. It's really great. It's one of the greatest games on planet Earth." I wish they would put radars out here.
As long as you never want to have a social life ever again.
Yeah, I gotta recommend that. Probably.
And you occasionally don't mind seeing the sunrise.
Probably, street drugs would have a lesser impact on your life than Factorio.
That's where we started making a big difference. So 300 chemical science did 7%. Social life will kill you nowadays. Completely true.
It's true. It's
yep,
true.
Factorio saves your life.
Yep, Factorio keeps you inside, keeps you COVID free, man. Nobody's coughing on you while you're trying to build blue science.
Only the biters, but that's okay. You just shoot them. So, South is getting another 2 steels running. Yes.
All right, let me look at this before we go into that.
Which is
advanced oil is off the line. They've got a cracking system. Look up here. This looks all official.
Yeah, it looks all official. They've got cracking up and running. They're probably just trying to spread out their oil for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened last time. The teams got caught up by not having enough oil.
Let me look.
Oh.
They don't have I don't see any tanks as a buffer yet. Tanks are so cheap, you should just throw it on there, and unless they're trying to go 100% cracking all the way down to petroleum only, which that means no bots though.
Congratulations, Sai, on redeeming the Devil's Special reward. You've now been... That didn't work. Why did that work?
You have a reward that times a person out?
Yeah, for 24 hours.
Great. All right. Oh, goodness. Hang on a second. All right. So the way this works is 2 teams take either side. I'll just explain this because we got a little bit of a lull in the action until one of these teams gets to 90%. So the way this works, for those of you who are in live, 2 teams take either side of this river. This river cannot be crossed or landfilled. It is too large to be shot across. Nuclear atomic weapons are out, and so is artillery. Cannot be researched. This is a scenario. This is all server side. And the North team, they're given a little bit of wall and a couple turrets to get started out, and some resources. The resources are mirrored top to bottom. So if you look at it, the water over here is the same as water over there. The iron patch here is the same as the iron patch there. It is equivalent and mirrored, just right to left. And the contest is last silo standing. So if your silo outlasts the other team's silo, then you win. And the way to destroy the other team's silo is not through direct combat, but instead you train up, you build science as quickly as possible, and then you can either throw that science into your own labs and run up your tech tree, or you can use this menu up here to throw it and beef up the other team's biters, and that is measured by the beefiness of the other team's biters is measured by two values. One is evolution, which controls the type of biters that comes up, and the threat is the other measure, which is the number and frequency of attacks. Now, evolution only goes up. Threat you'll see go up and down, because as you kill a biter, the threat is reduced. So you'll watch these flame turrets, and as these biters die, you'll see this threat value go down, because now those biters have been extinguished, and it'll build up again. So there you go. It'll get down to like in the 3000s, and now you'll see it start to build up again. So the waves keep coming, and it builds. Two ways it builds up. One, just over time, it builds as a function of what the evolution is. So the threat always builds up just kind of over time based on the value of the evolution. And the second thing that affects it is when the other team consumes their own science instantly through this menu, it gives you instant threat and sends it to the other side. So you'll have timed threat and instant threat. And that's about all. So we've been at this thing for 2 hours and 5 minutes. And the observers and commentators, me, JD, whom I shoutcast with, are sitting here on this the middle island. Many of these are former players from this tournament, and they're watching. This is the grand finale. So we've gone through a series of tournaments. You can go look at that. Look at the bracket and everything else in Comfy's Discord, and that link is in the description. And answer the other questions. Do different types of science have different values? They do, and that command was just run moments ago. So if you look at the last thing Token Machine said, it was the value of science packs are 10, 28, 78, etc. So you'll see the more complex the science, the more threat and evolution it gives. And you can see a record of this up here in this little fish menu. It's called the mutagen log, and these are the different throws at what time and who threw it to which side, etc. All right. Electricity travels instantly. Yes, it does. Steam and fluids do not. But electricity is instant, yeah. It counts as an entity in a network. It does. All right, let's bring JD back in. I muted my send to JD so you can see it. And there we go. And there we go. First feed of production science to second feed. Wow, they did. They fed two of them. 164 and 118. All right. First throws of purple.
Which did 6%. Big numbers.
It's pretty big at this stage.
It is.
It is.
It's getting closer in on that 100%.
Yeah, they get to 90.
100% is nasty. Oh, wow, there's a worm.
Well,
there's a worm. He's very far away from home.
Small. Look at that. Rogue worm. You let the worm out by himself. Some worm way out there. So they're not. That's not supposed to be there. It's usually this V shape.
No shouting. Bad JD. Yeah. Here's an example. Just do everything they don't. You're good. Yes.
Go out there and clean that up.
Are the worms are there for scrap? There's no scrap out there with that worm.
Scrap's gone. They took the scrap out.
Actually, there's another one right here.
Hmm?
Right on the edge of the map. You can see the red.
Where? Oh, behind him. What?
Yeah. No scrap is there. I didn't see any scrap.
No scrap.
No scrap is there.
Oh, if you kill the worm, you get scrap or what? If you hover over him?
There used to what? No, there used to be scrap on the ground around the worm. That's just where they spawn now.
Worms start around 1600, says Disponite.
Okay.
Public has a lot of worms as you run out sideways.
They move them really far out. Like, that is really far out.
Wow.
That is at the pointless territory. Like, I assumed they'd done away with worms and scrap entirely. I'd seen scrap down here in the spawners, but it's like almost impossible to get into the spawners. Taishan lasers. There we go. So north is doing, south is doing more purple. More steel, more purple.
Yeah, scrap should be gone, says Disponite, unless it should something has changed.
Just as go visual, thought it was totally gone. Apparent public has them to the sides intentionally. Yeah, I thought it was gone.
I thought it was gone too, yeah.
Because, like, scrap was 50-50 early on, whether it's still needed. Alright? Well, it's still worth getting. And if you have to travel that far to find scrap, it's definitely not worth it.
Yeah, you've used up more time than you'll get back from scrap. May as well just make whatever you're trying to get.
And XenoCyber's pinged those two iron, but hasn't seen this patch that has just been found by his radar. Taishan is calling copper plate belt. Where do they need copper? Oh. That's where they need copper. Okay. Yeah, they need a little bit of copper. So much spaghetti. They need copper, they need iron. So, north is struggling for resources. South, I think, is doing a little bit better on their resource management. Apart from... Well... What's that belt? That belt is that belt, which is copper.
Is it possible for them to chip into the biter base? So, yes, it is. However, couple limitations. One is that there is a build limit, kind of about right here, I think.
About 15-ish tiles away.
You can't
build
any closer than that. So whatever you're going to put there it's only going to take the change. You can't do artillery and you can't do nukes. But I suppose if you wanted to, you could get a tank with a bunch of shells and roll up in there.
You could get a tank, you could get rockets. There are options, but they're not really good options.
Yeah. So you could, but it doesn't really help you much.
Hey, XenoCyber found the other iron after he ran halfway to the other one. It's cool.
Oh yeah,
it's cool.
There he is. He's looked on the map and went, "Hey, what are we doing?"
Are unresearchable? Yes. Mines and poison caps are the way to go. Yeah, lots and lots of landmines. Landmines are really cheap.
Yep.
Unbelievably cheap. All right. What's TUI been doing this whole time? Setting up the mother of all mixed oil patches. Ripped Up Burner City has kept the base running on feeding it garbage. Absolute garbage.
So South has researched landmines and the damage increase on landmines.
Yeah, I have a feeling TUI is going to explosives. Either have explosives shipped to main base.
Cliff explosives.
No, what?
South is getting cliff explosives. Just in case, never know. I'd get some signals or stackers or something. There's a lot of other stuff. A lot of other stuff you could do there with red and green. Get a stacker. Shoot. Speed module.
Last time...
Go get a speed module on that oil. That's better. For 50? You kidding me? Let's get a speed module on that oil. Let's not do cliff explosives. Should get some signals. Stacker up those trains so 3 of you could go. Shoot.
Hang on,
Train your oil.
Last time they used the mixed oil or to get bots. No, they didn't. The bots were delivered.
Yeah, get fluids. Get fluids and bring some oil back to base. Get that wagon. Go anything cliff explosive. You don't need them. It's baller. The baller move.
There's no cliffs on the map at all.
There's no cliffs ever, and and it doesn't lead to anything. It must be like some sort of baller move, right? Like, we got so much science, we're just going to do cliff explosives. I got all this red and green science. I can't get out of my way. I'm stepping over it to get to the bathroom. We just got to use some cliff explosives. Screw it. Look at these pistols on the ground. You clean that up.
Seems perfectly reasonable. No. Toss them out.
It's a flex. That's right.
It's one for the left hand and one for the right hand. Okay, so TUI's doing a chemical science cleanup. Is he going to grab the red-green military? Probably. It's not doing anything sitting in a box. You might as well toss it. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Yep.
Boom, 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 boom. Somebody going to put out request to throw the 200 purple that's in a box? 250 and climbing? I'm assuming no. Phoenix is there. Xeno's way out in the boomsticks. Wow. You don't get to hear Australian nearly enough?
Well, yeah, one would think. They're not going for the rocket gray one. They're probably going to stop at purple. I don't know. But look, they've got 200 they're spending on cliff explosives. Throw 50 of it at a speed module, and look, what's powering your turrets is these 2 things. 4 speed modules that you can handcraft, 2 and 2, and be done. That would help out your situation.
Yeah. Yeah, cliff explosives are absolutely useless.
Absolutely useless.
Completely the worst decision ever. But, sure, we'll just let it go.
Flex on it. Flex on it, man. Whatever.
Flagging rats research. No, not even bragging.
Ultimate flex.
So, TUI is making just a crap ton of steel. Crap ton of steel, and he's getting iron.
All right, we're at 74% evolution.
To run this? This and force back pressure?
Okay, let's look at where discharge defense is. See if did they already have it?
Which team?
South.
I think South already has it.
No, not yet. It is... So it's a ways. They have to go through laser. They have to go all the way through laser to get it. I'm looking at the tree right now. So they need blue circuits, laser, personal solar panel, and then they got to get power armor, which they have all the tech to do that. So they got a bunch of blue. They can get discharge defense pretty. They can focus on it and they can get there pretty easy. 700 or so, 700 to 800 blue science away. They could get it. And they're ramping up. So here you go. Look at what they just big blueprint they just threw down again.
Which is another steel.
Another several lines of steel.
It's another 2/5 of a belt. It's not a lot.
Probably they're going to go for another purple, if I had to guess.
I think, yeah, the current purple is being fed, it looks like at almost full speed.
All right, JD, you need to stand up. You need to stand up and stretch.
Nope.
Okay, good. Since you asked, I will.
Okay. Bye, Clown Town. See you in 30 minutes.
Not 30 minutes. You kidding me?
Nope. Nope. Chat will back me up. It feels like 30 minutes.
What's it feel like? Well, your feelings make it fact. That's right.
Yeah. No. He's gonna leave the chair in charge.
I felt threatened. Okay, well,
the highly overqualified chair is gonna stay in charge.
South may have power issues. Hang on, let's look. As soon as I get up, South has had power issues the whole time. Yep, they're yellow.
Yeah. Whereas Taishan has just been dealing with power, has thrown steam tanks and batteries onto the whole mix, and
I wonder about this power. We can't see it. I wonder what's going on with it.
It's fine. It's just maxed out. They've kept building. Nobody's done shit about power.
Yeah. Yeah, and with all these bots, every bot that goes into the network, they have 400 bots in the air right now. All of that is a big power sink. Because look at the those roboports are pushing all that power into the bots to float around.
Hawkeye is such a nice person. You should definitely have him in your chat more often. Hey, Hawk.
Hawkeye, how you doing? Yeah. He's
president.
He's tier 3 sub. Thank you, Hawkeye.
Exactly. Chair stream better than clown stream. Like I was just gonna leave it at that.
It's anti-sane.
Take a bit. He's president. Acts like feelings are facts. Yeah.
Here. He's saying something about steel. Oh, it's maxed. Their steel is maxed. It's not running. Yeah, it's halfway running. They need to distribute that better. Is there a place where they should be sending it? Well, lasers. They've got 5 lasers off the line.
Building lasers.
Yeah, they need to finish it.
Which needs green circuits, and they have a crap ton. Although they did have there's still 400 in a box.
It's not making it around because bots are grabbing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. A little bit.
They need to just feed that extra 400 in on that belt, fill it up on both sides.
Yep.
And that hopefully makes a difference. Oh, look, it's a junk box. Taishan junk box.
All right, I'll leave it out here at this wide view. Bye, Xterm. See you after dinner. I mean, there's a reason why that joke is funny, right? Isn't there?
So everybody's already got their button ready. They're ready to click the report for no streamer interaction. You know, completely AFK. Power banks for North can also be if you don't monitor the tanks. Correct. You do need to keep somewhat of an eye on the tanks. But if you mouse over them like they're 25 at 25, you know everything's going great. And Tashan's just staying on top of it. Like, you know, okay, we're still building. Great. Boilers, they're doing 40 of 60. We're at, like, what's that, 60% power? Guardian Forever is exterminator here. No, it's a joke.
All right, JD, you're in charge.
Thanks, man.
BRB.
The chair's in charge, really. Lucas, you got in trouble.
West dude, would you help out Odaba there? Lucas. Would you clear his deal? Maybe post.
I don't have mod powers in Clown Stream. So this is the time when you get to mess up and do whatever you want, because you know Clown's not here to complain. Oh, that timer says 6 minutes. It needs way higher. It's 7 minutes. It needs to be way higher, Clown. Sturm is eating. Sturm streams are about an hour and a half long. Why? Because it takes an hour and a half to cook a roast. That's why. So smarts for North. Come on, button. Circuit condition. Yeah, it's 100 research. It's not that expensive to just get a speaker. Jetty, I'm bored. I can't help Stinson. Clowntown needs a chair stream emote. I think he needs bombs landing on battleships. They're even buffering the steel, which is completely backed up as well. Yeah. They don't have enough green circuits feeding through, which is a lack of copper. No, it's the fact that they moduled them has slowed them down, but is using less iron. Is it an iron problem? Technically, no, because they have smelters not running. I think maybe it's a yellow belt problem. Turn on stream interaction. Had a 30-minute map. Anything changed? Nope. Isn't it too fast inserters without tech? Because it's 1-to-1. Working. Intermediate shortage. Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt. But then like this guy can't output because they've all got it going on one side of the belt. This is the problem with speedrunner builds. Like they're designed to be put down quickly, and they're not guaranteed to be efficient. And they're designed to back up and buffer early on, and then you drain the buffer afterwards. And the problem is, they need to drain this buffer to fill this belt to get lasers being made because there's 6. That's useless. Like this is going to have spare green circuits on it. And they could pair them off and run them up to lasers. Are they going to? Yeah, they are. There we go. No! Why? Why? Like, this gets a green circuit occasionally. It gets visited by a green circuit occasionally. Just run it into this belt. How many Pebbles machines has South got? 2 builds. Yes. Next question is 84 and 186, so 250-ish. Yeah, that's gonna add nothing. So North has got half as many, and they do have 400. Ileana, what happened so far? Both teams got flamers, and now we're racing to 1,000. We're racing to not 1,000. We're racing to who can get to the other team to evolution of 100% first. SteelAxe is holding a good amount of packs. Not a massive amount of packs because they have been throwing them. But yeah, 1,000 packs is 1.6. It's not an insignificant amount. It's just a mostly insignificant amount. Meta Syntax, thank you for the follow. Welcome. They haven't thrown the purple. They haven't thrown any purple. Actually, you're right. They threw the chemical. Yeah, that's a problem. Those watching on Clowntown stream, above Taishan, top left pillbox, the biter's finally got through the wall. The chair observes this and finds it hilarious. Yeah, they finally ate through the back corner of the wall because we're up to big biters in the north, finally, and they're going to start eating through substantial amounts of wall. They could choose to throw or they could choose to bank. And there is the catch that, no, not with flamers, really. See, in the past, you could choose to bank a lot. Not nearly as much as you need to now, but you could choose to bank a reasonable amount and then toss it and force the threat high enough that the biters would have to then actually start flanking. Now that doesn't exist. Like, the code seems to be missing. So if you throw the packs rather than store them up, you push the Evo up, and as you get through the goal posts, as the evolution goes up, you move towards more and more large biters. And the more large biters you get, the higher, the more amount of walls they're going to start eating through. Is pretty much what it falls down to. Like, South has gone with overwhelming firepower because each that's bad. Each fire stream has a damage on impact, which is not nerfed nearly as much as the damage over time is.
14 seconds to spare. I put a 7-minute timer up. Boom.
Yeah, but you missed all the important things. Like, North's Wall got eaten. You were absent. The chair watched it. The chair thought it was awesome.
Did it get eaten? Oh, wow.
Yeah. And South has run out of oil.
I'm back just in time. Exterm orders dinner. Oh, that's a great one. Doesn't he? That's a great clip. Exterm orders. Didn't he order like six dishes or something from Chinese place?
He ordered a massive amount of food. For, in theory, and he even got back afterwards to the stream because he forgot to mute it and said, "No, that's just for me." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it's for one.
Okay.
What movie was that? Sandra Bullock. It was Sandra Bullock, Hugh Grant, and she gets depressed. She orders massive amounts of Chinese food.
So Tui is turned on oil processing and cracking, and is trying to get light oil into the flamers, which does extend their usage.
Yep.
But currently they have physically what's in the flamers.
Oh, there it is. It just filled. And they're up.
They've just swapped over.
They just swapped over.
Yeah, so you have to empty the pipe first.
Yes.
Although you can still have liquid in the flamers and then fill the pipe. It's a dangerous move.
It is. It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
20%?
Yeah.
It's 20% damage boost. Half. External orders dinner. That's the clip.
Yep, there it is.
Unfortunately, from the stream of the band JD. Yes. Which means Tui has petroleum that he needs to do something with. Eventually.
What's the 2 weeks notice? 2 weeks notice, the movie. Oh, yeah. 2 weeks notice. It was Hugh Grant and Sandra Bullock, right?
Sean's been taking care of power. They still have plenty of oil. He's finally put it in that tank. But the biters in the north are eating a lot more wall than they are in the south. Because there's not nearly enough flamers covering things. Should clip Will's meltdown? Will doesn't really have meltdowns. He just, very quietly does things and hope nobody notices.
This lack of radars is really deal. Okay? They threw down a second power right where they needed to, so it looks like
fearless decoy. No. What happened is we realized flamers were really good, and then we started using flamers often, and then people copied. It's really what happened. Jetty got banned? No way. Yeah, Jetty got banned. Yeah, so somebody complained and had a moment and banned.
So
for doing nothing. Exactly.
They are using a ton of power, because if you look at their steam engines, they are bouncing up and down really a lot for as much power as they have on the board. It's really bouncing up and down. Usually it's a lot more smooth the more power you get.
The water, so the water usage on the boilers is going from 48 to 52. That's pretty normal.
Oh,
as
maximum
instead of
amount of
swing
water.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put water on either end.
North is more impressive. They're down at 20 water. So their power is 3 times the size it needs to be. So I think North is going to go lasers. They were doing research. They have done research. They're actually getting energy weapon damage 3 and 4. So North is going to make a big push to lasers. If they ever feed the damn build any green circuits.
Yeah. It's lacking.
They built in an extension belt that made more green circuits off the copper that they use solid fuel to smelt the copper, which they've split off twice now. They don't have enough copper. That's the long and short of it. And there's still a crap ton of copper in that mixed patch that they're just not touching. So Comfy's avoiding mixed patches.
2 energies. Let's look. Oh, there we go. Let's look at South. South's doing explosive damage or flammable damage, and they don't have really any more they can get. Stronger
They have done
explosives,
landmines, haven't they? Yeah, they have done landmines.
and a couple damage upgrades too. Oh, and now Tui has bots.
Yeah, Two's had
Boom.
bots for a while.
Tui has bots
would've-
replacing them, and they're dying pretty quick.
They're dying. There were 12. There's now 9.
7.
There's now 7.
They're going down.
You know, if they flew faster, they get hit less. 6.
Yep, there you go.
Cost of doing business around here. Okay. Okay.
Yikes.
They have lasers. They do have lasers. Yeah, that little red line has gone in the north.
There's some repair packs in that too. Heal up those bots.
No.
Repair packs are cheap, man.
Not. You know they're not.
You right click on them. They're basically free. Basically free. Lasers in the middle pillbox.
Yeah.
There are. Oh, cool.
And look, Clowntown's not listening to me. He's
There's a
going
bunch
on
more.
about how cheap robots are,
They are cheap.
which is complete bullcrap.
Zap.
And yes, chat, you get exploding biters if you turn off all the effects. Because they now explode. Which is cute and small features and... yeah. So Arlid and Jack are getting more copper to replace the copper they just stole to build, hopefully, more green circuits. Please, somebody build some damn green circuits. Please, somebody fix your green circuits so it goes on more than one side of the belt.
Hopefully Xeno just said, hey, put a radar here. All right, Xeno going for more oil. That is 793%. Probably
Why
just
that
drag it
one?
back. Why that one? I don't know. Maybe they need to...
There's that one. Which I know is further away, but it's a lot richer.
I don't know
Oh, hang on.
who's going to drag back to.
That goes past main base and ends there. So that's oil to supplement main base.
Probably so. Yeah. Probably so. It would maybe throw it all into here because look at their crude tank right next to their
The
three
crude's
phase.
empty because they turn on light oil.
Right.
Light oil's fine, but if they could get an injection of real oil, then it means Tui could actually make robots up here all by himself.
Yes. Yes.
Dubsy, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
He is.
And Stinson hates the new laser sounds. Look, Stinson, you're a smart man. I'm sure they sound exactly what lasers sound like in real life.
Lasers probably don't make any sound in real life, right? Do we have any laser scientists in the bunch?
Correct. Lasers don't make sound.
They make sound in movies about lasers. You know.
Oil the lasers? Don't you mean to lubricate the lasers?
I mean, you have to have a sound, otherwise you wouldn't know the laser's firing.
Liars, they make pew pew noises. They don't. Would they not hum with high voltage electricals? Yes. They'd make the same sound your motherboard does if you aim a mic really, really close to your motherboard. High voltage electrical sounds. Taishan has finally noticed that they have way too much steel.
I think isn't the loudest thing in most electrical systems is a fan?
In most things like computers, yes, the fan is normally the loudest thing.
Right?
But if you make a very, very silent computer, then yes, you do have a risk of the high pitch electrical whir, I guess, creeping in. It's the same if you go to a substation. If you go into a substation, there's a certain sound that you just cannot get rid of. Lasers as weapons is a little crap. You can't guarantee the energy is absorbed. Fire more energy. Fire more energy. Some of it will be absorbed. Fire more energy. Eventually, thing goes away.
Put down another line of smelting. They've got lots of steel. That
they do actually make a pew snap sound. Really? The lasers make no sound. It's the capacitors behind them that make the noise. Correct. So it's that high-pitched electrical whir sound.
South's closing in on 400 purple, and their evolution is not that far behind now.
No, but purple, South has been stocking purple. They haven't thrown any of it. Or actually, it's all missing. Phoenix is about to throw.
Well, about to.
About to. He's picking up from the second chest.
Yeah, Tui is just throwing everything in the excess chest. Here.
Come on, Phoenix. Hit the button.
Phoenix is gathering.
No! What are you doing, son? Hit the button. You know you want to.
He's thinking about it. It's not a bad strategy to gather up 10K of it and throw it all at once.
Well, it doesn't work anymore.
Big Wolf
Whilst
Chris.
the chair was in charge.
No.
I covered that you used to be able to get threat high enough. You used to be able to throw with a high enough scale that threat would push the biters to start flanking. Doesn't work anymore.
No, not even flanking. If they can just get through, if they can get it above 90% all at once and get through this first wall, then it'd be in great shape.
Yeah, but what happens is
didn't we watch it go up to like 40K when Anti threw?
Yeah, and what happened? All the biters came rushing in and they died instantly. We went from 40K down to 10K in nothing.
Maybe you wait to get it up over 90% and then throw.
But the problem is when you get it that high originally, it calls the existing biters. It doesn't just kill off.
Right.
Biters.
That's what I was saying. Is if you can get to 90% and then throw, like if you get to 90% with the excess, which they're at 63. Granted, it's a long way, but if you can get some behemoth biters on the map first and then throw, that might make a difference.
Actually, it does work, just not so much. You need to throw enough to get them over 100%. Keep watching the landfill progress in the north. Oh, around the lake, yeah. It's slowly landfilling around.
Oh, yeah. As biters die, so this is the phenomenon that's happening. As these biters...
large biters and behemoths especially.
Yeah, as they die, they actually have nowhere to die other than... if they don't have anywhere to die in the that is, they're going to die in the water, it actually puts a land down.
They have a chance of making land.
Making land. So then the land, if this lake was smaller, which we saw this in one match, there was a small lake that they were doing this to and using the lake as part of the defense. The lake was shrinking. It shrank by 75% or something, and they had to...
It almost disappeared entirely.
Almost disappeared entirely, right. This one is a pretty big one, so they're not real danger, but you can see they kind of started from way over here, and they've been moved about 10 squares so far. And Big Wolf Chris, thanks for watching that, for hitting that up.
TUI is literally just throwing mixed resources into the main base to keep the main base running to make shit science. That's all he's doing.
Yep. Well, he's out of iron.
I mean,
look at their original iron.
Oh yeah.
Toast.
Like I said, he's running mixed resources to run it into the main base to keep it running, to make shit science. And he's got nothing else to do.
Walls.
I fully admit he has nothing. Well,
he needs walls, so he needs to have some stone continuing on.
Calm down.
Yeah.
How much brick is right there that he's not using?
So a little bit. Oh, there you go. Yeah, a couple full.
Like he has nothing else to do. Okay, he's got to stay near the front line, which is the smart move. It means they've only got 2 outbuilding, right? Whereas North has run all 3 out there, and they just don't care, and they're hoping for the best. But yeah, it's.
Yeah, I guess not. May as well. No, I don't think we'll see a rocket launch here.
No. In a 5v5, maybe.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think either team is going to go for yellow science.
TUI made
doesn't look like they
poison bots landmine last game. North has researched landmines, but I'm yet to see anything that makes explosives. Actually, that's a really good use for all that petroleum.
Yep. North.
And he now has oil pressure.
North has not researched landmines. South has.
Nope. North has gone lasers.
Right.
Which are much more automated. Landmines, you have to actually get out there in front of the wall, past the firewall, and put the landmines there. That landfill is getting worse and worse.
That right side laser starting to take a little damage
base
too.
From last match. Oh, you looked at their base from last match. Yeah. Do tell Stinson.
Yeah, I don't see any of none of these teams are going further with their science. They're not researching anything else.
Nope.
Which 500 is a lot
TUI
of
made
blue.
poison bots and landmines last match. Yes, he used the mix patch and the oil right beside and in his wall. Is what TUI made.
Anything else? Anything else that you would research? Anything else suggested? I don't see anything really. I'm looking at south.
Explosives damage.
300 per? Yeah, maybe.
Only if you're going to go landmines.
Only if you're going to go landmines, right? Yeah, maybe that's the last one.
Explosives. So, chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but landmines have like a 90% debuff on them. Right?
I got a lot.
So
the stun is where it counts. That's
the stun is where it counts. But if you get the first 2 damage upgrades for landmines, it brings them back to 50% of what they are normally, which is normally OP.
Yeah.
So it brings them back to quite respectable.
Passable, right. Yeah. To something, not nothing. So landmines are really good for the stun effect, so to hold the biters where you want them, where you could fire them or shoot them or whatever.
I was right. Chat confirmed. JD was right.
Nerf.
JD pays attention.
Yeah, just P. Not OP, just P.
And somebody asked in your chat, am I muted?
Oh, big throw. 95%? Jack just fed 1,600 purple. Big throw.
Yep.
All right, well, there you go. 26,000 threat.
Okay.
I was stretching. PogChamp.
So that's 17%.
All right, time to watch SteelAxe's. Oh, here we go. Look at this.
And TUI's already standing there on standby, waiting for it. He's ghosted down walls, which is probably a bad idea with with that coming in the front.
He's only got 6 bots, so
Oh yeah, the rest have died.
listen to him. Oh, and there's the first behemoth biter. And there's no lasers, so it's going to be all fire.
It's all fire, and the fire will deal with a whole lot. Like, all this threat's going to disappear within a couple of minutes. It's not even going to phase the walls. Tui's at the front lines, asking for trouble, being bait. It's all gone.
Except for that behemoth. A little
The
bit of
behemoth
packets.
will stand there. Oh yeah, I had massive latency for a second there.
Yep. Oh, and then there's another throw to the north. Xeno threw it all. Answers with a 3K throw. There you go. 102% for the north. Oh, here we go. It's on.
That's what it was. 3,000 production science.
Listen.
Jetty, South just through. Yeah, 102%.
We were just talking about it.
I was looking for that.
Oh, they're coming in. They're in. Well, they got so many lasers, though.
They got so many lasers, but they went through that landfill. Now,
They did.
where is everybody's out and about? They're at the wrong end of the base.
Yep. Now, here's where the train would help.
Here is when... Oh, somebody's done it. They've ghosted down the walls.
Go see the walls down. Go bots. They're going to lose a bunch of bots, but they may delay it a little bit.
As long as they plug the hole.
Yep.
Now... Okay, so South has eaten 30,000 threat.
Oh, look at the catch up. You're getting jumps.
13 construction bots, yeah. Tui's pinging everything. Bring me all the stuff, Tui's yelling. North is dead? I don't think so.
No. They're fine. Oh, look, all the
Tashan's
smalls.
halfway back.
Look at those leftover smalls. Those aren't
Yeah.
spawn anymore. Mediums, too.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
they're
is the
fine.
problem with having a big throw. Like, one big throw has definitely pushed the evolution up, and South has been making more science for a long time.
Yep.
But because they threw it in one big heat, you're getting smalls being thrown in.
Yep.
It's just not worth it.
Smalls. There's Taishan is back.
Taishan's back, it's over. Like, and there's still 40,000 threat to be allocated.
Yep.
And Tui is dealing with behemoths, which are doing significant damage. But same story.
All right. All of that wall is now replaced, so should be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. And Tui has the threat way down now. Oh, lots of behemoths.
Because North has been pushing South continuously. South got hit with nothing but big biters, and then behemoths almost instantly after they went over the 95. They started dribbling in.
Right.
Because South waited and waited and waited and then pushed North over in one big hit, it's used the threat to clear out everything from the front row of spawners and further back to clear out small, mediums, and larges.
Look at
Have
the
all been
number.
cleared.
Look at the number of behemoths coming. Oh my goodness, that's
This is the
a
thing.
huge percentage.
This is when the behemoths have shown up.
Yeah.
Alright? It's taken till now. Now, like, don't get me wrong, that is a good amount of behemoths, and there's
ton.
more coming. But the player's already here. In fact, the player's been here and wandered off. What's anti-P? Oh, the second patch is coming on the left. Yeah.
Yep. But look, that second patch looks like leftovers. Look at the mix. Look at the difference in the mix.
East. Oh, that east. Okay, we've got a flank.
Oh, a flank, but they've got guns for it. That's good.
Now, have they noticed? No, they have not noticed that
Oh my
crap.
goodness.
Oh, Taishan is on the move. Is he coming around? Yeah, he's coming around.
That. Listen to the.
That could be a problem.
That could be a problem. Yep.
That is
But
a
look,
problem.
look at the first one. Look at the main attack. It's there. It's holding. Like those
Oh, no,
fighters
it's
are
dead.
still going.
It's dead. Yeah, they've made it through the main wall as well.
See this?
Okay, so Taishan is doing a
Yes.
shit my pants moment.
Is my boomstick.
It's through. This
Taishan
is
is
toast.
yelling, everybody, back to base. If you are not in a car currently, throw grenades at your feet. You need to come back to base the quick way.
Right. This is bad. Taishan needs to bait him over here real quick. He needs to get their attention and bring them back to those lasers.
There's a little bit of fire and a little bit of lasers.
No,
and there are full guns without ammo.
Yep, this is bad. Behemoth's through the Behemoth's on the other side of that. Okay, he just got lucky. They came back for some more wall. But look, they are through.
Still. Jack is in a car rushing back.
They are through. They made it through.
Still hasn't moved.
The big defense is done. Look, it's toast.
Oh yeah, it's done. There's nothing up there.
There's nothing up there. South looks
Both
comfortable.
of them are dead.
South is actually South is broken through too. They're probably going to lose because there's so much fire.
So, we need to call pause. Arlid can't move. Pause.
Why? What?
Arlid can't move.
Look, bro, you're going to get us in trouble.
This is one of Comfy's own players.
Name's
He cannot
Ash.
move. He's running on the spot.
Look here.
Housewares.
And hey, Boja, thank you for that host. Sorry about that. We are in the lagging hard
We're
here. Yep.
Middle of biter battles with Taishan, throwing down walls, throwing down lasers, and praying for the best.
And Jack pours another bit on. Not to 100%. This looks bad. Boys, you're here right on time. They are piling through. Enjoy those emotes. Boys. And thank you for the host.
It's boy the boy.
It has a J.
I can't help it if you can't spell.
Oh, toast. Look at the silo. Look at the north silo. Taishan's down and they're on the silo.
That's it. It's done.
Hover over the silo. Here we go.
Boom. 3 hours.
Match time. 2 hours, 55 minutes. Wow.
And in the south, they're completely happy. They're completely fine. Maybe it does pay to save up.
Grand champs. They got over 100%. Wow, that was a giant attack.
It was like 102 and
Whoa.
97.
There you go. You just got here at the right time. Boy, you got it. Look, you got a better GG remote now. Look here. You got that one. Thank you very much for that host. You're hosted right on time to see the end. That's why you save all the science till the end. At the end. I mean, I guess that's a huge attack, and getting them up over 100% is enough to where not only did they get to 100%, but then they had a ton more spawn. I think that's right. I mean, yeah, probably you're right, JD. Getting it to up over 100% is kind of key. Is probably key.
It's getting it to 95%. And the thing is that they waited so long with that throw. Like, don't get me wrong, they got them up to like 102%. I think the log said. But they could have been throwing continuously and pushing the evolution up, having more walls being eaten. Have that lake would have probably been half filled in by now, because a significant section's already filled in.
Yeah.
You can see on map view how much landfill's been placed. And on top of that, it would have meant that when you threw a big amount at the end, it would have been a lot of them all behemoths, rather than having that group of small that came through and that group of medium that came through. But they had two builds going flat out. They could have just thrown with one and banked with the other, because their one build was matching North's two builds.
Grand champ. There you go. Final match.
Comfy dropped the ball. The defenses were not enough. Correct.
And
Comfy was too comfy for too long.
But I guess they kind of had.
Well, Arlid couldn't move. Jack came halfway back.
And MM14TT2 says,
"Oh, there we go. We have landmines up and running."
Yeah, you'll make them lag, and they won't be able to get from there to the outpost. That's right. From the outpost home. That's right.
Yeah, but
I guess so. You know.
Is that a fault? Because is that a fault because the server happens to be hosted in Europe, rather than I think Arlid is in South Africa. So if the server was in South Africa,
maybe.
And Arlid could connect,
Server
and then what? he then becomes the only person that can move, and all the other players are stuck standing around.
Ease of movement's pretty effective. Maybe that's kind of, it might be a reach, but it is. I guess it is a strategy. It is.
Jason, the train was carrying science, mainly blue science, and players.
Yeah, the train was carrying. Yeah, it was blue science
back to the main base.
Blue science and players. That was it. We never really saw anything else go through that train. It had one cargo wagon, and the only thing they had automated was blue science going back. But I think moving the player to the side, left and right, was the main purpose of it. Because technically, blue science stacks. They didn't produce that much blue science, and it stacks pretty dense. It's 200 a stack, so they could have.
If Comfy's playing, why no other admins to marshal the server? Seems like a flaw. Look, well, I can't zoom now.
Yeah, game over.
But I don't know who was on Spectator Island. We have seen Mew on the server before, and we have seen Red Label on the server before.
Right.
Why they weren't here to do things, I don't know. But then again, Taishan can literally just hit escape, hit pause.
Right.
He has admin commands. He can pause the server.
He can do what he needs to do, right? So. All right. Well, that is Biter Battle Season 2.
Yeah, Biter Battle Season 3. Season 3. Grand Final, Comfy wins. Well, actually, no. SteelAxe wins.
SteelAxe ultimate. It came close to winning. All right. Well, thank you very much, JD. Good season. A lot of fun. Very interesting. Lots of good changes coming for the next one. If you guys want to go out and get a team and compete, there's plenty of footage out there to show you what to do and plenty of time to practice. There is a ton of footage out there. Lots of public biter battles. You could do the server. You could set up your own server and do it. You can go play on their public server. You could go to their GitHub and go grab the code and look at it and host your own. It's all out there for you if you want to do it. So, all right. Well, thank you very much, JD. I'm going to wrap this video and then
thank you, Groundtown. It's been a great tournament.
Good fun.
I'm looking forward to the changes. I'm looking forward to matches that don't fall into the sub 30-minute, over 3 minutes and 50 seconds,
right?
And less than 3 hour category.
Yeah, there's no 90-minute matches or there's no 1 hour matches. It's either 45 minutes and done or 3 hours and done.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and we need a qualifier that matches are going to be around about this long, no real longer, because it just gets too hard.
Yeah, like kind of a sweet spot is probably 45 minutes to 90 minutes. If we could pack a good thing into there, that would be about great, right?
Look, I'd settle to up to an hour and a half. Up to an hour and a half per match would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great. JD's link is in the chat as well as in the description. Make sure you go follow him. And there you go. All right, I'm going to hit this and I'll wrap this video. All right. Great match. Thank you very much for being here. If you like this sort of thing, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. If you have a comment, leave it in the comment section below. You can come by twitch.tv/Clowntown 5-6 days a week and go watch these live. This concludes season 2-3. I think it's season 2. JD calls it season 3. But season 2 of the Comfy hosted Biter Battles. Grand Champs. Actually, let's see if I still have that up. And I do. Let's go here. So we now have the Grand Champions. Here is the undefeated. Oh no, both teams had a loss at the end. SteelAxe Ultimate went into the losers bracket, came back up, and won the tournament. So well done. Well done to SteelAxe Ultimate. Congratulations, Xeno, Tui, and Phoenix. They did everything they needed to do, and they fought the best teams and won every time. They did a great job. So congratulations, guys. And thank you for being here. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you next season for the Biter Battles tournament. Until then, take care.